air ticket from Kathmandu to Bhairava. Yeah. And now he has to do.
Well, welcome back everyone, and welcome to this scenic city of Barawa here in the Lumini province, around about 7 miles away from the Indian border. And we're here for the second semi-final, the second of today's matches today, which will see the Army Club take on the CAR11 in what promises to be a fantastic game. And that will be played off the full 20 overs, of course. The first semi-final was won by the Malaysian 11, who defended 44 and won by 13 runs against the UP 11 in a shortened match. But the match we have now is the Nepal Army versus the CAR 11 as part, of course, of the Akala Pro Club Championship. So I'm delighted to be joined once again alongside me by Paresh, former Nepalese captain, played over 90 times for his country. Firstly, Paresh, extraordinary first game.
Yeah, it was. I mean, because of the thunderstorm and a big shower for 203 hours in the morning, it was reduced to 5 overs side. And start that Malaysia gave, it was a very good start. The post is 44 in the allotted 5 overs, but the UP 11 couldn't chase those. So Malaysia 11, they are into the finals now. And the team winning the second semi-finals of the Fantasy Akara Pro Club Championship 2022 will join them in the finals on Saturday.
Well, and now, of course, we're going to find out who is going to join them. And who do you fancy between these two clubs? The Nepal Army Club going this game by 3. Oh, the Nepal Army Club, sorry, have won by 3 matches, of course, or won their 3 matches. And the CR11 have just won the 2. And, just to say the toss result is that the Nepal Army Club, a little while ago, won the toss, and they've elected to bat first, which is interesting. They elected to field first in that 3rd match, of course, Paresh, but they batted first on the first 2 occasions, and they're keen to get a score on the board.
Yeah, the highest scored by a team here is by Nepal Army. They scored 139. That is the highest in this pitch. Pass score, I must say, 140, 130, even 130 is a pass score. It's pretty hard to chase those kind of runs. And I think that is why they've chosen to bat first, keep the score on the board, let's say around 120, 130, or even 140, and they'll definitely win.
So the two sides, the Nepal Army, well, they're captained, of course, by their wicketkeeper, Binod Bandari, Rohit Kumar Paudal, who, of course, has batted beautifully, averages 146 in the competition so far. Sompal Kami, and all the stars all the way round down the order. Bim Sharkey, Kushal Malla, who bowled very well yesterday. Bikram Sob, Rajesh Palami Magar, Sushan Bari, Shahab Alam, Hari Chauhan, and Santosh Karki. And then the CAR11. Krishna Karki, Sarab Kanal, Dev Kanal, Tulabi Thapa, Anil Karel, Bikram Busal, Sandeep Rajali, Bashir Mohammed, Prajal Thapa, wicketkeeper Rupesh Kami, and Bishal B. KC.
Yeah, Krishna Karki is going to start the proceedings from the pavilion end. He's bowled pretty well in this tournament. Fantasy Akara Pro Club Championship. And it's Mangilal Sharma on the bowling end, umpiring.
Okay, start the play.
Santosh Karki is the man on strike against Krishna Karki. Bowled pretty well yesterday. Good little match-up, actually, between these two. Just the umpires just awaiting the start of the game. Just 2 men allowed out in the power plays, and that one of those is away at mid-wicket, and the other is down at 3rd man. Okay, covering both options, really, is Krishna Karki. And, of course, is the full 20 overs aside. Oh, nice little delivery, that, just outside the off-stump and shaping away.
Yeah, he always does that. He always bowls that shapes, light movement of the air, the outswinger.
Nice easy action. There's Krishna Karki. Bowling up here from the pavilion end, which is where we're based as the commentary box. More shape as well, but he'll help it up the ground and get a single.
Yeah, Karki's off the mark. Hari Bahadur Chauhan now on strike. These two openers played a good hand in the last match.
That's perfect.
Yes, he did. Scored 25 in that. And played a critical role. Down the track and just helping it into the leg side.
Yeah, the ball stopped a bit, and Hari was quick to spot that and changed his shot, just played it late, tapped it down to short mid for a single. Good batting there by Hari Bahadur Chauhan.
So 139 is the high score that the Army Club have posted in the 2 times they've batted first. That would be useful today, I would suggest. Well, down the ground, gets the length. Does he get the maximum? He does. Up go the arms. First big six of the afternoon.
Yes, Santosh Kaki. He looks like a thin, short guy, but he has that power to clear the ropes. Look at this shot. Played on the up. Beautifully done.
I think it was shades of a slower ball, but ended up as being a little bit of a floaty ball in the slot. Now, the advantage, of course, these two sides have playing in the second semi-final is we've got a proper game of cricket in front of us, 20 overs each way. The 5-over affair is a farce, is an unfair description, but it's very difficult, you know, if the wheels fall off, as they did in that chasing innings, to really chase down a score. We've got a proper game now.
Oh, that stopped on him. Karki was able to put the bat on the ball. End of one. Nepal Army are 8 for no loss.
So second over of the piece. Should be bowled up from the market end.
Leg.
12. He's 12.
That's the leg.
Bazir Ahmed will bowl up from the pavilion end. He's bowled pretty well, the market end, sorry. He's bowled pretty well through the course of this tournament. He's taken 6 for 57, an average of 9, economy rate of 4.75. That's probably one of the key figures today. Just straying onto leg stump first up. Tight single taken.
Yeah, very well done by Hari. Guys have clipped off his pads, straight to the fielder, but the running between the wickets, the Army team has a very good lot of them. Likes of Rohit Podel, Pimsaki, Sompal Kami, they are very quick. Right on the money there. Basir defended the ball, Kaki.
Oh, goes for the big shot. It misses, and it's bowled, all ends up. Looking for a massive haul away on the leg side. And, well, Santosh Kaki goes.
Yeah, he tried to play across the line. He should have gone straight like what he did the first over. Yeah, you can see here, he's going across the line. He should have presented the full face of the bat and played it straight over bowler's head.
Yeah, 7th wicket now. Bazir Ahmed, just looking again. It's a horrible looking shot, it really is. And it'll be the big one. The big man, the man that is averaging 146 in the competition thus far. Just been out the once, which he was in the final game against THCA. Strides out. What an impressive bat he's been. And here's Rohit Kumar Padal. A little bit of chat out there from Bikram Bhushan. Just giving him a couple of words of advice on arrival.
I think Bikram Bhushan was probably saying that I'm going to get you out. Basir Ahmed strikes in his first over, the second over of the innings.
Another good ball just turning away from the right-hander. That's where you want to be. If you can land, I don't know, 6 out of 6 there, 5 out of 6 out there, you're going to get an awful lot of value on this surface. Quick single taken. Yeah, and it's interesting. I mean, bear in mind the amount of water we've had. Actually, the pitch play. I mean, I know we didn't get a massive look at it, Paresh, but the pitch played pretty well through the first game. 5 overs each way.
Yeah, again, a good running between the wickets shown by these two batsmen.
Worked into the onside again. Another quick single. And actually, what I've been impressed with the Nepal Army Club through the course of this game so far, it's 11 for 1 after 2. Well, through this game, actually, and through the course of the tournament, is they've been very disciplined with both bat and ball. What you might expect, of course, from a member of the armed forces, but they've been really good at all disciplines, haven't they? They've been, they're highly fancied, shall we say, Paresh?
Yeah, I think because of they have assessed the pitch properly, their intent is clear, and for a good ball, they are playing it late with a very soft hands and taking a single in when the ball goes straight to the fielder. They are able to take singles when the ball is going straight to the fielder, the infield I'm talking about. That is why I think the Army team has done well in batting.
Krishna Karki to continue. Slower ball and driven up the ground. Harry Chauhan, they'll come back for a couple. Had a bit of work to be doing, running around to his right-hand side. Good bit of running again.
Yes, a bit of a fumble, and they're through to the second. That's very good running. And Haribahadur Chauhan also looks very quick in between the wickets. Seeing his size, we think that he might not run, but he runs very quick.
Again, just outside that off stump. With that natural away swing, that's a nice place to be. Ball probably pitches on around 4th stump, and it's drifting away around 5 or 6. Dot balls are always useful in the power play.
And how many of those have been done here in this tournament?
Sharp stuff off his own bowling. Shy at the stumps as well by Repal Karki. Another dot. Just a little bit of pressure building up here. Halfway through the 3rd over. Just 13 on the ball with a loss of 1.
A good early call by Hari Chauhan. The combination of all the batsmen in the Army club are very good in terms of running between the wickets.
Yeah, always looking to put the fielding side under a little bit of pressure. Swung away on the onside. That'll be 4. Picked up well by Harry Chauhan.
Yes, it was picked up beautiful by Hari Chauhan. Pulled the ball. It was a very short ball. He doesn't have any pace. So why bowl short balls? Use the variations, not the short balls.
Yeah, that is a dangerous length, as you say, with Krishna Karki, or what we call military medium, which is probably apt on the basis he's bowling against the Army. Cut off the back foot, that'll be more runs. Almost. A lovely bit of work actually at backward point. I thought he'd beaten the infield. Terrific stuff.
Yes, that was cut fiercely, but straight to the fielder. Fielder had to dive a bit, but saved a sheer 4 runs.
Not really timing that one.
Complete hour.
And that will be the end of the over. We've had 3 gone, and the Nepal Army Club, well, just jogging along at 17 for 1.
Same bowler Ravi ko.
Anil Kharel replaces Basir Ahmed from the market end. Rohit Kumar Paudel and strike. Well, let's see what is Rohit Kumar Paudel's plan for the semi-final.
Yeah, Carell's bowled pretty well so far in the tournament. Economy rate, that's probably the key thing to have a look at, 4.54, 3 wickets so far at 50. Best of 2 for 14. Again, another left-hander, or a left-armer. Seen so many of those prosper through the course of this competition. Oh, what placement. Terrific stuff from Powdell. Just opens up the offside. Beautiful bit of timing as well. Classy stuff from a man who averages 146 so far.
Yeah, that was a very classy shot, like Rahul Dravid. Beautifully done. Kept the front foot, just opened the front foot, gave himself that room to play that shot. Beautifully done, Rohit.
Yeah, Karamo won't mind that. He's got his head in his hands because he knows that Powdell has actually played that from the crease, which is exactly where you want him from a bowling point of view.
Yeah, that was a bit quicker. It hurried the batsman.
Slog sweep. Very effective indeed. In front of square. On the onside. Another boundary to Powdell. His second in the over. Great percentage batting.
The beauty of the shot is he rolled the wrist over the ball so that the ball doesn't go in the air. Beautiful done. Beautiful batting.
Play that if you can. What a fantastic response by Anil Kharel. Nothing you can really do about that one. Pitching on and turning past it. The prod by Powdell.
Yeah, if you beat Rohit Paudel with a spin like that, you're a very good spinner.
Yeah, going a little bit straighter to him now. Powdell won't mind that. A little chip down the ground. Get a single. Good over as far as the Nepal Army Club is concerned. A single added. 26 for 1 after 4.
Krishna Kaki bowled 2 overs for 14. Anil Kharel 1 over for 9. And Bashir Ahmed 1 over 3 runs and 1 wicket. I don't know why Bashir was taken off from that end.
We're going to have a change, aren't we, up here at the pavilion end?
Yes, yes. Better. New bowler, right arm over.
.26 for 1, the Nepal Army Club. And it's Rupesh Kurmi Kumi, who's coming into the track, just chatting to his skipper, Krishna Karki. She's played the one game in the competition thus far, 1 for 7 off the 1 over. So only his second over in the competition. Right arm medium pace. Down the track is Pardle. This might be tight with a hit. Oh, he's home. So quick between the wickets. It's like an absolute whippet.
Yeah, look at that call. So early call. And he's home very comfortably. Just defended it. The fielder had to cover just 5 yards. He had to cover 22 yards.
I mean, look at Pardle. I mean, he's about 5 or 6 yards beyond the stumps. He is absolute lightning. And actually, it was the fact that he was on the move, wasn't it, that allowed him to get through so comfortably.
Oh, nasty bounce there for Bikram Bhujal. I think it's got his neck or the chin.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of bounces out in the outfield, of course. Prince Shah, he got, well, hit with the bat and in the field yesterday. Not for the faint-hearted.
Change in the field, the third man brought into the circle, and there's long off going back to long on.
Ooh, sharp for LBW. I think just drifting down.
Again, a very quick single. Rohit Kumar Podel like a cheetah.
Yeah, there's a bit of a sharp difference between the two batters here. Rohit Powdler's got all the time in the world. Bit of a touch player. He's got shots as well. But Harry Chohan, I think, is looking to put bat to ball, safe to say. Powdler just weighing up his options. Been supreme in this competition so far. A couple of boundaries already.
Something's going to give this ball. Left it alone.
I wouldn't worry about that. I think he can do that. Rohit Powdler knows that the key to getting an innings that they can defend or a score they can defend will be if he can bat through. If he can bat through, they'll have a pretty handsome score, you feel. It's well bowled, actually, as well, isn't it, outside the off stump?
Yeah, Rupesh Kurmi is bowling in good areas, good line and length. Has only given 2 runs in 4 balls in his first over.
Great running again. Great running again, because that should be a dot ball in old money. But he's just dropped his hands on it. Called Harry Chohan through for a single. Terrific cricket. Good bowling, to be fair, but terrific running.
Like I said earlier, they're playing the good balls with very soft hands and taking singles inside the 15-yard circle. That's very well done. That is why they've been successful with the run.
Oh, big shot. Swing and a miss outside the off stump. He suggested we might see something like that, Paresh. End of the 5th. One more over the power play to go. Nepal Army Club at 29 for 1.
Go.
I don't understand the tactic of Krishna Karki. Basir Ahmed bowled a very good over, and he was replaced by Anil Kharel. Now again Basir Ahmed comes to the attack.
Well, it's a bit of mix and match, isn't it? with left armers. Wheeling away up from the market end. And wheeling round. Yeah, this is interesting batting from Powdell because he knows the ball's going to turn away from the off stump. He's prepared to get the lap slog or the lap sweep out. The only danger is if he gets it wrong, isn't it? If the ball's a little straight, he could find himself in a spot of bother. In to out through the offside. Oh, what a fantastic bit of batting this is by Powdell. Just the hands, really. Supreme by the young man.
Yeah, that was a very good-looking shot by Rohit. Again, inside out, piercing the gap between long off and short extra cover. That is a sign of a true batsman.
Shout for LBW. But it's a big stride. It struck him. I think the ball is clearly going to miss the off stump. He's up to 3 boundaries now.
Yeah, he's moving way away to the off stump and playing that sweep shot so that it doesn't hit him in the line.
He missed out there, Harry Chowan, because he got the balls outside the off stump. He had an opportunity to clear to really use his hands through that offside.
Again, very good running. Yeah, in 2020 cricket, the fielders who are fielding in the 30-yard circle, they start from the circle itself. That is why these batsmen are able to take singles with playing with soft hands.
Absolutely, you're always slightly on the edge in the power play. Lovely bit of batting from Powdell. It was a beautiful delivery, but he just managed to get it back with a square for a quick single. End of the over. End of the 6th. End of the power play. 35 for 1. Just have a quick look at the power play highlights. Lovely shot down the ground to start us off with. A tight run by Powdell, but he was always home because he's quick as a whippet. And that was a horrendous heave by Santosh Karki. Chowan just pulling one round the corner. And then it was the Powdell show. Just his placement in the offside. Super batting.
Yeah, excellent batting by these two batters. As Rupesh Gurme to continue his second over.
Just waited for it. Sharp stumps, that would have been gone. That would have been gone. Harry Chowan, well, he was going to try and get in there, wasn't he? One of those, if it hit, he had absolutely no chance.
Yeah, the ball went very quickly to the fielder and picked up well and threw it right away. Oh, maybe he would have made it. Oh.
I've done him a bit of a disservice there because I think he may well have been home. Might have been tight if we went upstairs, but had to hit for that to happen, of course.
Yeah, Hari Bahadur Chauhan. He would have been gone.
Yeah, often with a direct hit.
And even we can see that he's punking the bat in, not dragging the bat to the crease.
It's a decent shot that, but he's hit the man at the edge of the circle. He knows that a couple of yards either side and he's got a boundary there. It's a long half volley. I feel he missed out.
Yeah, Saurabh Khanal, the fielder, there at extra cover.
in the block hole. Will there be a single? Yes, I think Powdle is home. Good tight call. So Paresh, Rohit Patil's going about his business here.
Yeah, Powdle is always home. He's such a quick runner in between the wickets. Not only that, fields well, runs in the field so quick.
Better. This side.
He's a complete package cricketer.
Yeah, I'm always wary, Paresh. Commentator's curse, we call it, back in the UK, of talking a player up and then they get out. Happens to the best of us. I tell you what, that wasn't a million miles away. That would have been horrible. He wandered across his stumps and that ball missed the leg stump by a whisker.
Yes, I think he shuffled a bit. You should know where your leg stump is. Rupesh Kurmi doing a good job. I mean, his first over didn't go for too many runs. His second over is going good.
Oh, lovely. Beautifully played down to third man. Just waited for it. Somehow he's got two, because he is absolute grease lightning. What a lovely bit of batting that was.
Yeah, he was looking for the gap between third man and backward point. That is why he opened the face of the bat, tried to guide the ball to that gap. Couldn't get it. Just a short fumble, a small fumble, and he's able to take a second run. How fast is that?
I know, it's a minor error, really, fielding-wise, isn't it? He's capitalised on it. Down the track, working the onside. Will this be tight? Again, it's brilliant batting, because he's got there on the full almost, prepared to come down the track, is Powdle.
Look at the replay and look at the response of Hari Chauhan. At the end of 7, Nepal Army are 41 for 1.
Thank you very much, Paresh. We'll have a change of commentary as Andrew Leonard will rejoin us up here in the box. Just have a quick look at that card. Karki was the first to go. Santosh Karki, bowled by Bazir Ahmed for 7. And Hari Chauhan is 11 off 16. And Powdle, 21 off 19. Going extremely nicely. And just looking at the bowling card as well, it's been pretty tight. Daniel Carell, that one over going for 9, is the one that's really cost them. Krishna Karki's going well, went for 7s as well. A little bit expensive by his standards. 1 wicket for Bashir Ahmed. Got the paddle away. Another lovely bit of batting. He'll come back for a couple. Andrew, it's been another solid start by Powdle.
Hello, boy. Good to be with you again. And yeah, we're into the business end, really, of the tournament after a highly entertaining final day of the group stages yesterday. It's now win or bust, because you can either go on and seal your place on Super Saturday and take on that Malaysian 11 to try and win the inaugural Fantasy Akara Pro Club Championship, or else you'll be off to a third place playoff, the game that nobody ever wants to play in, whatever the tournament.
Yes. Interesting to see how that one goes, of course. That will be coming tomorrow. Not even Powdle can scamper through on that occasion. Always thinking about a quick single.
Happy to report our little friend in the commentary box is back with us. There he is, just saying hello. Haven't posted that up onto social media yet, but I will later today. We had a special visitor, didn't we, in to the box, and he was a bit of a talk of the day. Appy is his name, our little pet dog on the AP1 HD production.
Well, he's the cutest little thing. So mild-mannered as well. Got the most wonderful personality. If it wasn't for the various, sort of probably about the 4 years quarantine you'd have to put him in, I'd be taking him home, I think, Andrew.
Don't rule it out yet, mate. Nepal has a funny way of lingering with you in one way or another. And he's having a chew on my shoelace here under the commentary box table. There he is. The great fella. And confirmed, verified, identified as a very good boy.
Very good boy indeed. No, he was here waiting for us, wasn't he? As we came up to the box this morning.
I hope he was sheltering from the rain last night. I suspect he probably was up here in the grandstand.
Just turned for another single. It's been pretty tight, actually, for Manuel Carrel. Just conceded the 3 thus far.
Yeah, Carrel had a poor day yesterday in the final group game. That duck, the dropped catch. Almost everything that could have gone wrong really went wrong for him. So trying to fight back even. Bazir Ahmed, though, continues to impress. Talented young cricketer. Takes the 1 wicket to fall so far.
Pushed out on the offside, a little bit uppish. Bardell. They're keeping him dry here, which is a good effort. Ended the 8th over. Paul Army Club of 45 for 1.
Yeah, they're keeping him dry, but he still picked up 22 at nearly a run a ball. He's extended his lead at the top of the leading run scorers in the tournament. 151 runs coming into today at an average of 151.
Captain.
Remarkable numbers. The next best batter in the tournament. There's only 2 that have crossed 100, and Virendeep Singh, he's miles back at 120. Paudel now with 173 to his name. At an average of 173, a strike rate north of 125, 19 fours, 2 sixes. Phenomenal numbers from a phenomenal young cricketer.
A change of bowling up from the pavilion end. Leg spin into the game. I think he's pretty much the only leg spinner we've really seen in the course of the tournament. Bikram Kumar Busal. He's bowled pretty well through the course of the tournament. 3 for 66. Economy rate of 5.50.
And I've really liked the look of the leg spinner. Just talking to him after the game yesterday, weren't we? Did bowl 1 googly, the very final delivery of his 4-over spell. He just said he's not confident with it because he doesn't land it consistently enough in the areas that he'd like to. So he just thought he'd try 1 right at the end of the spell. The game was, in essence, only going one direction at that stage. We've seen his variation be a little bit of a seamer.
Lays back and cuts again, does Paudel. And they'll get back for a brace. A little bit of a fielding mishap out there.
Yeah, but how many of those fielding mishaps have been brought about by the intent of Rohit Paudel? And if you're a young cricketer watching on, all you have to do is watch the way Rohit Paudel goes about his batting. Every aspect of his batting, where he's looking to hit the ball, when he looks to power hit, how he runs between the wickets. Again, just manipulating the ball to a part of the field that he knows that he'll pick up runs in. And that time weighted not heavily enough to pick up a second, but he's happy with 1. But pressure on the fielders every time Paudel's at the crease because he's constantly trying to push 2s into the outfield. It's not a wicket, not a ground where you're going to pick up lots of 4s and 6s. He's accumulating.
Yeah, it's been superb so far. And that score just continues to tick over. Nothing too dramatic. There's plenty of firepower in the rest of this lineup. Paudel will certainly be looking to bat extremely deep in this, ideally bat through. That'll be the target. Oh, he's got the lap slog out, so the lap sweep, and he's played it really well. In front of square on the leg side, another boundary. Excellent return, 8 off the over already, and there's still a ball to come.
Outstanding batting this. It's the conventional sweep stroke. He's read that the line from the leg spinner is going to be constantly out of that 6-7 stump line. The batters yesterday couldn't deal with that because none of them were playing the sweep. But if you play a sweep and you play it effectively, it's in essence a free hit. Might loop off the top edge and run away for runs behind square in the offside, but if you get it out of the middle of the bat like Rohit Paudal's getting everything at the moment, you're going to get good reward. And he's bisected the two fielders. There's a deep backward square leg, there's a deep mid wicket, and it's gone right on the square leg line like a rocket, a tracer bullet along the ground. Shot of the semi-final so far for me.
Yeah, great shot by Paudal. He's warming to his task now. End of the over, 10 off it, 54 for 1 after 9.
After this over, this time.
Just a quick question I'd like to ask you, Andrew, as we see the bowling figures up here. And the best, Bashir Ahmed with that 1 for 9, is that we talk about the leg spinner, and I can think of one very prominent leg spinner, of course, who didn't have a wrong, and well, certainly didn't have one that came back after his shoulder operation. He had many varieties before that. But if you're a batsman of the class of Paudal and you know that you're not going to be beaten on the other edge, is that a massive advantage?
Yeah, it's huge. You want mystery as a wrist spinner. That's why you bowl it. You don't bowl leg spin just to bowl the stock same delivery every time. The armory that it gives you is not just the leg breaks. It gives you the top spinners, it gives you the googlies, and then obviously the late great Shane Warne was really the only exponent to the flipper in the modern era. And then after the shoulder operation, the shoulder injury, he went back to a slider which kind of came out of that gap between the middle finger and the fourth finger. And instead of it turning sharply and trying to put revolutions on it, you were trying to just get it to float out and slide on. He called it a zooter sometimes. A lot of that was mind games.
Here's Corral, who's continuing.
But if you don't have that variation, Johnny, then the batters will find you predictable. And even though he's got a good leg break, very good leg break, I think he's going to need to add the top spinner and the googly to his repertoire. Because what Paudal has done there, he's lined them up, not just in terms of the fact it's the leg break, but the line he was going to bowl.
He's gone safe, just landing back to the square on the leg side. They'll get back for a couple because he's quick as a hare.
Again, brilliant running between the wickets. I don't think anyone else in this entire tournament would have got two there. And what's fantastic to see, the grandstand is at complete capacity for the semi-final. I thought we might have the biggest crowd of the week today. And no surprise, the two home sides, it's New Year's Day here in Nepal. We've entered 2079 on the Nepali calendar, and the home crowd, they've turned out in force.
They have indeed. On what will be, you suspect, one of the games of the tournament. And especially when they've got a good view first up of this classy technician. He's waiting for it on the offside.
Yeah, a little shade of Marnus Labuschagne in the kind of follow through, not the leave that Labuschagne does his Star Wars Jedi moves to, but just a bit of frustration. He didn't get that one away for a single.
Not prettiest bit of work by Paudal. Another dot. These are quite useful here from Corral.
Dav Watmore famously said about young Rohit Paudal, the reason he liked him so much was he doesn't give it away. Yesterday, he did give it away a little bit. Can't see him doing that twice in a row. Some pressure, though.
Yeah, won't mind that on a leg stump as he helps that up to long one for a single.
But the World Cup winning coach, who had a fantastic 11 or 12 months as the head coach here in Nepal, he just said, this kid doesn't give it away. So many of my other batters, they find ways to get out. He doesn't. Even when he's not going well, he'll find a way to battle through it.
End of the over, 3 off it, 58 for 1, and it's the halfway stage. 10 overs gone. Just a little look at the highlights. That was the first wicket to fall, the only one. Santosh Karki, bowled by Bazir Ahmed, and both players have played pretty well. They've latched onto the loose deliveries. Hands from Powdell has been the mark, and of course some of the sweep shot he's played as well in this package. There's another one, a couple of bounces in front of square, hit that hard. Another quick run, absolute lightning.
Yeah, his running between the wickets has been really only matched by the quality of his batting, the consistency of his batting. But it's the approach and the intent that would just inspire every young cricketer. That was the shot of the day, the conventional sweep stroke, the orthodox sweep for 4. It set up a beautiful platform. This is the perfect starting position for the Nepal Army side. 58 for 1 after 10. They have to think about that magic 140 number. We've had much discussion about it here in the commentary box. Anything less than 140 from here, I think, is less than what they'd like, particularly with Rohit Powdell at the crease. We've yet to see it crossed 140. Now, we did see this very side get very close. The Nepal Army Club, the highest score of the tournament so far as we get into game number 14, has been 139, that 139 for 6 that they posted against the Armed Police Force. And that was obviously built around that innings of 80 not out from Rohit Powdell. The way he paces his innings and measures his innings as well, you'd think that if he does happen to still be there in 10 overs time, there's no guarantee about that. He's 33 not end up with a very similar score. He'll end up with 70 or 80 not out. So if that's the case, if Powdell's there at the end, I think they'll look north of that 140. We could even see 150 cross for the first time in the tournament. Don't rule that out either.
Yeah, great chance of that. 8s and over. We'll get them round about to that 140 mark. Heading north of that, then we're getting up towards 150. Which would be, well, the field of dreams as far as this tournament's concerned so far.
And this is going to be a fascinating little game within a game between the leg spinner and Powdell. We saw yesterday that he just learnt brilliantly, didn't he, Bikram Kumar Bhushal? He learnt to hide the ball away around the 6th, 7th stump, right out towards the right-hand glove of the wicket-keeper. And the batters yesterday didn't have an answer. He just hacked across the line. Powdell, he does have answers, so he's had to go straighter from the last 2 deliveries. Where will he go? He does go straighter. The reason for that, he's worried that if he bowls to Powdell later in that 6th or 7th stump, he'll get swept away or he'll be hit inside out over extra cover.
Cut, they get through for a sharp single. Powdell's relentless, isn't he, with his running? I mean, that should never have been one.
He really is, and that used to drive me mad as a leg spinner. Your key fielders are in the ring. I know he doesn't have a mid-wicket at the moment, but the guys in the ring, you're saving a single. It's rare enough as a leg spinner you bowl a really good ball. You don't want singles off your good balls.
Another fantastic run. It really is, because it's just, on the one hand, he's hitting the ring and he's prepared to drop it in on the leg side as well and get another one. Back-to-back dots, when really they shouldn't have been anywhere near a run.
Yeah, and if you add a boundary to this, all of a sudden it becomes 8, 9 and over with all those singles.
Yeah, this is a nightmare for the CAR11, because really the ball is running to the men on the edge of the circle and they can't stop the runs.
But Johnny, what's the role of those fielders behind square on the offside? They're in the ring to stop the single. Just had 2 different balls. One hit at them firmly, one hit at them softly, and they've run. Even there with a good piece of bowling, barely a single. This time he gets in, stops the one. A little bit of extra bounce, well bowled from the leg spinner.
It's a good tussle here. Nothing wrong with the bowling. But really, four runs they've got from this over, which really should be a maiden by by all judgment.
That's better. The backward point has learnt. And you've got to read the shape of the shot. Clearly that wasn't going to be an aggressive stroke, so as soon as you see that, you've got to start sprinting in towards and anticipate. So 2 dots close it out after 4 singles, 4 from the over. Like you said, Johnny, it's a really good tussle between those two. 62 for 1.
Yeah, very impressive. Good stuff. Do you think we'll see Vikram Busal throw another one of his googlies? We saw one yesterday. Do you think he might be prepared to get another one into the piece?
It was only the left-hander that he bowled it to yesterday. I think he should bowl it, and I'll tell you why he should bowl it. He's got such protection on the leg side. He's got long on out, he's got deep mid-wicket out, he's got deep backward square leg out. The key to your googly is your line that you bowl it on. Well, actually, I thought it came out pretty well. He says he doesn't have great control of it, but if you can bowl it on a similar line, so outside the off stump to your leg break, then that'll put that doubt into the batter's minds.
Big shot against the wicket taker, who's back into the attack. Bazir Ahmed is bowling up from the market end.
Yeah, Chauhan just looks to be tiring to me in the heat. Might be the hottest day of the week. Really is warm, Johnny, isn't it, after that heavy thunderstorm last night? The thunderstorm takes away all of the fog or the mist or the smog, whatever you want to call it, and it means that the sun is just beating down in these players. That's why it's dried the wicket out so quickly and made play possible. But Chauhan's fitness, it's being tested. 17 off 25.
It's very, very warm conditions here. It's been muggy through the tournament so far, but now it's just plain hot. Oh, inside edge onto pad. Thought he might have had him there.
The big problem for the Army side, if Chauhan tires and can't keep up with the pace that Powell is running at between the wickets, he'd be better off getting out. We saw Ravichandran Ashwin retire out in the IPL a couple of days ago. There might be worse ideas. Get Bim Sharkey in. Powell's game is built around quick singles and running twos. If Chauhan's not going to support him in that, he's actually not helping the team, he's harming the team.
Yeah, I must admit, I don't like that as a rule, retired out. It's not one for me, I'm afraid. I don't mind it in a friendly. Shot by Powell. Terrific work out there on the rope. Somehow there might be trouble. There will be trouble. Oh dear. Powell sent his man back, and Harry John had no chance of getting back. A little bit of the sacrificial lamb, and he goes.
Well, it's not retired out, Johnny. But I just wonder, is there almost a touch of intent in this? Because a little bit like Jeffrey Boycott, after the fumble, I just wonder, is maybe the entrance of Bim Sharkey going to be a help to Powell? Poor old Chauhan, he was very tired indeed, wasn't he? Batted nicely for 17, but as soon as he got sent back, and Powell, I think Powell probably might have got there with the speed he has, but it's like any run out, it's the indecision that pays the price. So Chauhan, he's run out for 17. It's 64 for 2.
Slightly. Yes.
So the man in, Bim Sharkey, fresh off his 26 not out, scoring the winning runs yesterday. The final group game of the piece. Yeah, interesting. Reverse sweep first up. A run will come off it. That was an interesting one. An interesting start.
Bazir Ahmed has bowled beautifully. He's got 1 for 12 from his 3 overs. 12 gone. 65 for 2 now.
प्याडमा पनि थियो पछि ग्लोभ्समा लाग्यो तर प्याड बाहिरै थियो
Right arm over, better.
And look at that card again. Just the one wicket to fall. Bashir Ahmed, who's bowled beautifully, as Andrew mentioned. 1 for 12 off his 4. Leg spinner will continue, and that's chopped out on the offside. They'll get through for a single, and they'll think about a couple, but they don't want another run out.
Game is very much in the balance here. This partnership, this remaining 8 overs, is going to decide who's going to progress to the final. Big difference between a poor end, a tame end, and ending up with 110 or 120.
Big shot. And it's a take. And that'll be disappointment. Real disappointment. And it's the big wicket as well, because Rohit Patil has to go. Hauled it into the onside and he goes.
And the leg spinner wins the battle. Congratulations to him. He held his nerve. He tightened his line. He stopped bowling miles outside the off stump, the 6-7 stump line. He brought it more into the traditional, conventional leg spinner's line of that middle and off, just outside the off stump. It's exactly where it was pitched. Powell, he just couldn't resist, could he? And a good catch held. He'd been nervous out there. That's the big wicket. Powell is gone. And he's gone for 36, and the game turns in a big way. 140 feels a long way off now. The tournament's leading run scorer dismissed for the second time for 36. It's 66 for 3.
So the next man in is Rajesh Palami Magar. That's not a tournament that he'd really particularly like to savour. Just 8 runs in the 2 innings so far. The highest of 6 not out. Bim Sharkey, well, a lot of pressure on him now. And I wonder if Binod Bindari might be utilised at some stage in this top order. 3 down now than Nepal Army Club 3.
Right arm over, 3 to go.
And this is nice work, isn't it, from Bikram Bhusal. He's got his man. He's won that particular battle.
The only thing I need to teach him next is the celebration. If you're a leg spinner, you got to celebrate when you get the big wicket. You outthink a man, you tell everyone about it.
Beautifully bowled outside that off stump. Turn again.
Yeah, this is a brilliant spell. May only say 1 for 15 on the scorecard, but it's been much more impactful than that. Went for 10 in his first over and he's fought back brilliantly. This is the brilliance and the value of leg spin in T20 cricket.
Punched off the back foot. Wide of the man down at a long off, but they'll just get through for just a single. Good tight stuff this again, isn't it? Just 2 runs conceded and a wicket as well in the first 4 balls.
Cool as a cucumber, isn't he, the leggy, Bikram Bhusal. Very calm and composed. Just an amble into the crease. And this one's flighted up really nicely bowled. He's a pleasure to watch. We haven't seen much leg spin in the tournament. It's been the tournament of left arm spin, Johnny. But this leg spinner, the biggest platform in the semi-final, he's lighting it up.
He's bowling very nicely indeed. Oh, he's had a drop. A little bit of nick outside the off stump. Not by the body language. End of the over, 13 gone. Nepal Army Club, 67-3. A change in the commentary box with Paresh Lahani coming back.
Yeah, thank you to Johnny Barron as always, and change in the commentary box with Paresh Lahani joining me. Will be greeted by a change in the bowling with Rupesh Kermi coming into the attack. Paresh, if you were here joining me 2 overs ago, you might have been saying it's big advantage to the Army, but with those 2 wickets and 2 overs, including a pretty needless run out, the game hangs right in the balance.
Yes, it really does. And now these two have to steady their ship till the 17th over, probably. And likes of Binod Pandari and Sompal Kami.
Quick single after some hesitation. Direct hit would have been gone, but instead they're going to get an overthrow. Long on was asleep at the wheel. Didn't realise that he might have been called into action, and they'll get through for 2 instead of 1.
Yes, it does. But Rajesh Pulami is not that quick between the wickets he used to be. Suresh Kurmi doing a good job here, bowling in good areas.
So that's lovely to see, isn't it? Dev Canal just tying the shoelace of the batter. Semi-final, Super Saturday, Fantasy Akara Pro Club Championships here in Barawa. It's New Year's Day. Where's my piece of paper? We're going to have one more go at this while the shoelace is being tied. Naya Barsa, Ko Hardik, Mangal Maya, Shubhakama. Shubhakamana. Tiksa? Tiksa, okay, we got a thumbs up, we got a round of applause from the crowd, we love that. And of course, we're entering the year of Dewey Hazar Onasi. I got that one down. I got that 2079 down, that's easy.
That's very well done, Lenny.
Paresh Lahani is now lying to me in the commentary box, but I'll take it. I'm going to keep learning my Nepali as we go along. Got my Tiksa and my Haina, Gadzap, Dandavad, Namaste, of course, that one's easy. Got to get it up from sort of 5 or 6 words up to 50 or 60, then we're in the mix, aren't we? Reverse sweep attempted, big appeal and given. Some of the shot selection has been very strange. Bim Sharkey, he attempted a reverse sweep from his very first delivery. He tried to do it again off a medium pacer. What sort of a shot is this, Paresh?
I don't know. A medium pacer bowling, decent pace. He tries to reverse sweep it. Look, let's look at the replay. It might.
It's hit the back leg first. It might have gone on and hit the bat after, but that's a really good decision. And often you'll see, particularly in lower level in club cricket, you get given out in the shot. Sometimes you deserve to be given out as well. It was going on to hit the stumps. Bim Sharkey, I'm not sure what the shot decision was all about. I know third man was up in the circle, but you've just lost 2 wickets and 2 overs. Surely it's the time to knock it around for 6 or 7 and over. And look at this, it's full, it's straight, it's hit him in front of him. Go on and hit middle. It does cannon off the back leg onto the bat after. Late for him, and he's gone. Well, here we go. Quite often I save these words for one person only, and that's Karen KC. Cometh the hour, cometh the man. But right now, it's Kushal Malla. He's a young cricketer of huge potential. He's a brilliant all-rounder, but he has not been able to buy a run for love nor money over the last 4 to 5 months. Is today the day on the big stage at the semi-final?
Yeah, he must have that kind of an approach to play the full 20 overs, score over 100 strike rate.
Is today his day?
It can be.
It can be, okay.
You can never predict anything in this kind of wicket.
Come on, Kushal. Time for you to get some runs. He's not going to get off the mark. He's sent back. He's got to move quickly. He does. And I think Palami Magar was right to send Malla back. Just a few nerves. That's the issues with his batting at the moment.
Yes, Suresh Kurmi bowling in good areas. Only 3 runs given and a wicket. Rupesh Kurmi, 3 runs given and a wicket taken in his 4 balls. Now 70 for 4, Nepal Army in the 14th over. So where do you think the score will end up with?
Well, everything from sort of a 110 range up to 140 still on, depending upon how Kushal Malla goes. Let's hope he just gets into his innings. Doesn't need to swing right from the off. Shot selection over the course of the last 2 overs from Powell, the man who never gives it away, who gave it away, to Bim Sharkey, who's just given it away with a crazy reverse sweep off a fast bowler. Now Kushal Malla, a big hoik across the line, the left-hander. That's the perfect delivery to punch down the ground for 1, get off the mark. Still 6 overs remain after this one.
Yes, 6 overs, 30 balls, 36 balls rather.
It's not what you need to do, Kushal Malla. And you're in trouble early, none off 3. End of the over, 14 gone. This game is maybe tilting towards the home side. It's been a brilliant 3 or 4 overs for them. The score 70 for 4. They don't have the litany of stars that the Army do, but the home side, the CAR 11, they're very comfortable with the conditions, and maybe they're even arguably on top right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 60-40 situation at the moment. The CAR 11, 60%, and Nepal Army, 40%. I think because they needed a left-hander in the batting, that is why Binod Bhandari sent Kushal Malla in, rather he came in.
I do love when you come up with your percentages, Paresh. That's the highlight of my day. It was 80-20 earlier, now it's 60-40 today. And the thing I love about them, it's the algorithm behind them. It's that Paresh Lahani brain, just computing all the facts, all the numbers. How do you get up to 100? Which way is it going? And you think it might be advantage of the home side. I agree with you on this occasion, Paresh. Here comes the skipper back into the attack. He starts with a wide outside the off stump. Krishna Karki's come in. Why is this? Why would you take your leg spinner off after bowling 3 overs, picking up 1 for 16, bowling 2 beautiful overs of leg spin in the last 2? Why would you take him off?
I think to bring himself back. The captain is the boss.
Lani Magar will get through for a single. Malla was a little bit slow to get off the mark. They might think about an overthrow, and Malla says yes. Not for the first time today we see overthrows, and the fielders in the deep, they need to learn they're in the game. Even if the ball's hit to the offside, the leg side fielders have got to be off the mark and get up 15 or 20 yards. It would have been a run saved. Instead it's 2 to the total.
Kushal Malla was watching the ball. It was Plami's call. Kushal Malla was watching the ball. That is why they got an extra run.
Of all the bowlers in cricket, the ones who rely upon rhythm arguably the most and their feel, their muscle memory, are leg spinners. Bouchal was clearly in a rhythm there, and I can't understand why the skipper's taken him out of the attack. Get his 4th over done, get it in the books. He might have picked up a 2nd or a 3rd wicket as well.
Yes, he might have. He was bowling so well.
This one's edged away and Malla's quick on the call, so he'll get through for a single. Just sense Malla's so nervous, so tentative with his batting at the moment. This horror run of form he's in. Did you ever go through that as a batter? How did you get out of it when you were really out of touch?
Yeah, I used to talk to myself. I used to make myself confident. I used to go there, bat with the merit of the ball. And fortunately, I would have come out from that disastrous situation that I were.
Do you remember one trot in your life where you just couldn't seem to get any runs, or did you always kind of find your way back into form reasonably quickly as Malla does get off the mark?
Yeah, in the Division 5 in 2008, I only scored, my highest score was 20 odd in as much matches I played there. Came back, and in 2009 in the T20s, first T20s that we played, the ACC Trophy T20, and I started making runs in that.
Another slower ball, bowls him so effectively. Mala's very quick off the mark, and he says, yes, let's come back for two. That's more like it. That's what the initial success of this innings that had got the Army all the way. One short run is going to be signalled, so just one to the total, but that's what the success was built upon.
On the line.
It got them up to 64 for one in the 12th over until that run out. I'm going to see if we can take a look at the one short that's been signalled. Just one run to the total. Palami Magar will keep the strike. Down the track comes Magar and gets it into the leg side. Mala wants a second, but he gets sent back, and he's a really wise, calm head, isn't he, Palami Magar? He was excellent in this year's Everest Premier League, and he's chosen wisely to send his younger partner back here.
Yes, indeed. I think Mullah would have been run out if he had gone through but the throw was a bit wide. After 15, Nepal Army 77 for 4.
After this, our glove change, only for glove change. This over this. Okay. Yes, only for glove, only for glove.
Basir Ahmad into the attack from the marker then. Punami will be facing him. It's 77 for 4. 5 overs remaining in 30 balls. Can they get around 50 runs? Vinod Bhandari yet to come. Sompal Kami yet to come.
Bowled beautifully though, hasn't he? Basir Ahmed, 3 overs, 1 for 12. You just sense again this game turning the way of the side at their home stadium. CAR 11. They may be the underdogs. They have lost a game playing against the unbeaten Army side. Remember, they're going to have to chase down against those 3 excellent left arm spinners the Army have as well. But Palami Magar is a good man to have at the crease. He was one of the form batters in the Everest Premier League last season, and he's doing it again. He kept doing it with clutch innings, didn't he, last year when we were commentating on that? Looks like he's going to deliver again when the pressure is at its highest.
Yeah, he was known to be a finisher, a chaser. A very fine swept by Palami. The fine field, the short fine coming a bit finer now.
Sends worked into the leg side. Mala very quick off the mark. I think he wants to. Palami Magar's got to go here. He's got to get moving. This is going to be very close. Mala hits out in frustration. He thinks his partner is gone. Mala was so much quicker, wasn't he, than Palami Magar, and I think he knows that he's in big trouble here. We've sent it up to the third umpire because it's the right thing to do, but the reaction from the CAR 11 is that this is out. Here we go. We're going to get the look straight away. Great glove work. And yes, Palami Magar as he was looking good is going to be gone. This won't take long to give out. Out, out, out will be the call in our ears. Out, out, out. Here you go. Back dive to the umpires. Watch the finger. The finger's going to go up in a moment. There it is. He is gone.
The beauty of this wicket is how the keeper has taken it in the half volley. Beautifully done. Beautiful glove work by the keeper. Prajul Thapa.
Didn't mind the idea of two, but just felt that Magar was so deep in his crease. And look at this, he was slow on the turn again. And a great piece of fielding. The one-handed pick-up and the sidearm release from Sandeep Rajali. The throw actually wasn't the best. It was a difficult one to take, but it was good enough. And they knew it. They knew he was gone. We went up to the third umpire to check, and Palami Magar has been dismissed. He's gone for 12. In fact, he's gone for 13 because he gets one of those runs to the total. It's 82 for 5.
Now the captain, Binod Bhandari, comes to bat, replacing Rajesh Palami, who was run out the last ball, trying to take a double. A very good glove work by the keeper there. The throw was not that good. It was a half volley for the keeper, and those types of throws is very hard to take, but very easily done by the keeper. Now Bhandari has to play the captain's innings and have to get the Army score to a respectable total, a defendable total.
From an excellent piece of left arm spin bowling from Bazar Ahmed, who's been the pick of the attack. He looked a long way down. How straight was this?
Well, Bhandari didn't open his account, gone for naught. I think that was hitting middle stump.
Yeah, good decision. It's hit his back leg, which we couldn't see from our angle initially. It's going to go on and hit the middle. Great. Off the crease, he's gone for a second ball duck. And it's going to be Sampal Kami, is it, in at number 8 to try and rescue things alongside his international colleague Kushal Malla. It's 82 for 6.
Now my percentage has a different digit. 70-30 now. 70 the CAR 11 and 30 the Nepal Army.
Go on then, Paresh. I gave you awful shtick earlier in the tournament for one you got horribly wrong. I'll take the Nepal Army side. I'll take the odds against. I think the rumours going around the production team is you already owe me one beer. So maybe let's go double or quits on that. I'll take the Army, you can have the homeboys. You can have the boys in yellow, okay? Deal?
I'm neutral.
I actually, we'll just come up to comment. Let's have a deal on that. He's going to shake my hand. Okay, deal done. 2 beautiful Gorkas or something like that, if I'm lucky, or else I'll get nothing. Double or quits, Paresh. So, that is the state of play now. 82 for 6, 4 to go. And with 4 overs remaining, just 24 deliveries. The issue with this innings has been the consistent fall of wickets since that run out. Rohit Paudel was involved and he gave it away soon after, and all of a sudden they're in a spot of bother for the first time in this tournament. They've been perfect 3 from 3. Are they going to pick up their first defeat and be knocked out in the semi-final stages?
Well, Krishna Kaki, the captain, with his last over of this innings. He's bowled 3 overs, 21 for no wicket. A touch spent runs per over the economy. Rupesh Kurmi has done a very good job. 3 overs, 9 for 1. Anil Karel, 3 overs, 14 runs given. Hasn't taken a wicket, and Basir Ahmed completes his 4 overs, 17 for 2.
Krishna Karki is going to pick up another wicket. Kushal Mala's real issues with the back continue. No joy for him. He's gone for 1 from just 5 deliveries, and the Army, they've collapsed in a heap. They were 64 for 1. All of a sudden, they're 82 for 7.
Yes, that is why it's called a funny game. And the wicket is not that good to bat on. And the selection of shots by 3 or 4 batsmen weren't good enough.
I think you've got to call maybe 4 or 5 of them out, don't you? The 2 runouts don't help either, but Rohit Powell's shot just giving it away to the fielder out at deep mid-wicket with still 8 overs to bat. Bim Sharkey's reverse sweep that was just a really poor stroke. And then Binod Bandari was trapped on the crease, and then Kushal Malla, just another one that gives it away.
Shahab Alam replaces Kushal Malla.
Look at this middle order. 2, 13, 1, 0. Poor old Kushal Malla. It will come good, Kushal. We've all been there as cricketers, just those trots of form where you cannot get a run to save your life. Another time that would have looped over the head of the third man fielder, would have run away for a boundary, and he would have been in, and the next one might have gone for 6, then he's away. But they're the fine margins that we play our game within. That's why we love it so much. It's why it causes us so many sleepless nights when we're out of form. And the CAR 11 are loving the big stage here. What a fight back from their team. Going to be runs here into the leg side, and it's going to be 4 of them. A poor delivery from Karki. He's not been great today, to be honest. He did pick up that wicket of Kushal Malla, but that's a buffet ball. Sit up and hit me, and smashed away for 4.
Oh, he tried an endeavour, but lost his line. Way down the leg side. Just helped it away to the boundary in the fine leg region for 4 runs. Shahab Alam, a good start by him.
Quick single run. Tell us about Shahab Alam's batting. Oh, they're going to get back for overthrows. That might be the 6th or the 7th overthrow we've had in this innings. Really tardy backing up. His bowling's obviously quite impressive. He's less well known for his batting. Can he hold a bat?
Yeah, he's hit 4 in his first ball that he faced, and 2 runs again with the help of an overthrow. Yeah, he can stick around, give as much strike to Sompal Kami, and have a defendable and a good score.
Nicely hit into the offside. Just going to be a single. The crowd getting awfully excited with even singles. They're dying for some runs to be scored. I think they do want the home side to win, but they're just looking for entertainment. And the chant from the crowd is Sampal, 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 one of the heroes of the international side. He's live here in action in Barawa, and great to see him. Equally good with the bat as with the ball. He's going to need some late order runs here.
If you knew this or not, he came in from India as a batsman.
Yeah, very accomplished batter, no doubt. Out and out all-rounder is Sampal Kami. Has played a little bit internationally over at the Abu Dhabi T10, wasn't it? He was picked up. Certainly one of the mainstays with the ball. Always entertaining, always highly athletic as well. He'll get off the mark. 90 for 7. 19 deliveries remain. 120 probably the target from here.
Yeah, if these 2 guys stay there, 120 is very highly likely.
Okay. Better. White ball.
It's going to be a wide, miles outside the off stump. It's that kind of floating away swinger that he bowls. Karki, don't think he's bowled the best 4 overs here, Paresh.
Yeah, apart from the last matches that he bowled well, today he hasn't bowled anything close to what he has done before. And he's bowling wide. Not the last ball, but the ball before that, Shah Alam gave him a whack.
Quick single, this is surely going to be gone. Ludicrous single to attempt, and I'm not sure why exactly Shahab Alam has tried that, given that Kami would have had the strike. It was the final delivery of Karki's spell. He picks up and he throws down the stumps nicely. The 8th wicket falls, and there's big trouble for the Army side. They could well be bowled out. Patted back to the bowler. Oh, he's gone by miles here. What was he thinking?
He was blinded, I think. There was nothing on his head and in his head.
So, Shahab Alam run out for 7, score 91 for 8.
हजुर तपाईँ 15 नम्बर
Yeah, it was a silly run out. Vikram Sob comes into bat. Yeah, he can hit the ball.
Ludicrously as well, it's the 3rd run out of the innings. They've just been giving wickets away, the Army club. 64 for 1, now 91 for 8. 7 wickets have fallen for 27 runs in not a lot of time. And I think it's big Bikram Sob to the crease, the big tall fast bowler, back into the side today at a rest in the final group game. He's certainly reasonably capable with the bat as well.
Anil Karel comes into the attack with his last over. He's bowled 3 overs, 14, yet to take a wicket.
Nice sweep shot. That's a very competent stroke, a stroke of a batter who belongs higher up the order. Picks up a single, will bring Kami on to strike.
Yeah, because of his height, he's a bit taller than any of the players in the Nepal Army. That is why the reach he has, he can play sweep shots on the bounce.
It's bunted down the ground for 1. I think these two are just going to knock singles around maybe till the final over. They've only 2 wickets in hand, remember.
Yes, that must be the plan, because Sompan Kami is a senior batsman and a senior player to Bikram Sob, so he has to talk to him, just rotate singles till the last over, then we attack, because only 2 wickets in hand. Anil Khare doing a pretty good job.
Yet to pick up a wicket, but he's bowled nicely, I'd agree with you. Tossed up, the bait taken. Oh, very nearly dismissed. This could be overthrows again. No, Carell picks up cleanly. I'm not sure that's the correct choice from Saab. You don't hit 6s straight from the off coming into the crease here.
Yeah, and he was trying to play across the line when the ball is turning so much. He could have just played it with the spin over extra.
Cut away, that's a good shot, but again, protection in the deep. So you have to give credit to the CAR 11, the way they've fought back into this game. Their fielding in the first half of this innings was pretty tardy, pretty poor. Lots of 2s run into the deep, lots of overthrows. The overthrows have continued, but the bowling attack has been joined by some good fielding efforts. 3 run-outs, all of which have dented any of the progress, any of the potential for this innings. And Bikram Saab just needs to be aware of the game situation. A single is all he wanted from that delivery. Give Kami the final ball of the over, not a big yahoo, as Johnny Barron would say.
Yeah, again, he tried to play across the line. The ball is turning so much.
He's going to try the yahoo again. Has he given it away? He hasn't, because it's been put down. He's going to pick up 2 runs. It wasn't an easy chance. A complete miss it. We've seen very few batters clear the ropes easily here, and Bikram Saab couldn't either. Difficult chance this, 2 to the total.
Yeah, he ran, he sprinted to get to the ball. look at the forward dive. Beautiful effort by the fielder there.
Yeah, I think it's Bishwal Bikram KC who's put that down. 2 to the total, just as I was praising the fielding. Again, he was a little bit put off, wasn't he, by Sandeep Prajali, who kind of came in and thought maybe it was his catch. 2 overs remain. We're going to see the return of the leg spinner from the pavilion end of the ground. Bikram Bhushal will bowl his final over. And then surely Rupesh Kurmi will close things out and bowl the 20th. 97 for 8. Can they somehow get to 115 maybe?
Yeah, they should push as much as they can in 2 overs, in 12 balls. If they can get around 20 to 25 runs, that'll be very handy.
This is also going to be the test of the theory of holding back the final over, the leg spinner. Will it work? Or should Krishna Karki have kept him going? Darted in. More round arm. That's one of his 2 variations he has. He just pushes it through. Much more round arm than his orthodox leg break, and beats the attempted cut stroke through to the keeper. Nicely bowled.
Yeah, credit goes to Bhushal, the way he has bowled in this tournament so far.
Sharp turn on offer, and the umpire is unmoved. Been a great spell, this one, from the leg spinner. I think he's been the pick of the 5 bowlers for me. Remember, he went for 10 in his first over, and with 4 deliveries remaining, he's got 1 for 16. So that's 14 balls going for just 6 runs. Oh, excellent stuff. Not afraid to toss it up this time. He's varying his pace nicely. A leg spinner full of confidence.
Why are the batters playing across the line? That is my big question. The ball is turning so much.
Chipped into the offside. They might think of trying to get a second, and Kami's very quick, so you'll get home comfortably enough. 2 runs, the first runs of the over.
Yeah, 3 consecutive dot balls and 2. It's 18.4 overs. They are 99 for 8, Nepal Army. Yeah, CAR, I'm very impressed with CAR 11. The way they bowled earlier, the feeling was not that good. Plenty of misfields, overthrows.
Smashed into the leg side. The 100's going to come up, and the crowd applauds that. And really aggressive running. This is going to be tight. Kami's very quick. The crowd, there's a few fingers going up, and it was a great throw from long on. I think Kami thinks he could be gone.
Well, another twist in the tail, Lenny. Bikram Bhushal bowling very good spell here. The last over of his quota.
I think it was Bazir Ahmed. Here we go. A brilliant throw over the top. And he is gone for all money. Short by maybe 6 to 9 inches. And that was an excellent piece of fielding from long on to get the throw all the way, probably 65 metres in. And Kami's caught short. The 4th run out of the innings. Would you believe it? Another one's dismissed. Definitely caught short. Probably by 6 inches. Out, out, out. The finger goes up. And he is gone.
Yeah, Kami knew that he was gone. That the body language says that.
Brilliant throw. Picked up cleanly. Left arm over the top. Often the batter who's running to what's defined as the non-danger end will just idle a little bit, because he won't feel the throw is coming to his end. But Bazir Ahmed, who's had a great day with the ball, has pulled off an excellent run out. And Sampal Kami's dismissed. It's 100 for 9 with 7 deliveries remaining. So the final delivery for the leg spinner Bikram Bouchal will be to a left-hander. Yesterday, the final delivery of his spell was also to a left-hander. It was a googly. My spidey senses are tingling here, gentlemen. I think we could see a wrong and try to clean up Shabalam. No, it's the quicker one, the flatter one. It'll be a wide. Extra run to the total. Half an appeal from the keeper, but I don't think he moved out. That's another view of the run out. Excellent fielding and good glove work as well. I think a little late here. The umpire's not given it as a wide. What? He has given a wide, and now the over's ended. Just when I thought we'd seen it all, Johnny. I thought, well, did he give it a wide? We're going to see if he gave it as a wide. Panic from the scorers. Can we maybe see a replay of the delivery? Did the umpire give it as a wide? If it was a wide, it shouldn't have been the end of the over. If it wasn't, it was adjudicated as a dot. We'll try and get clarity on that. Do we know if that was a wide or not? Can we take a look at the replay maybe? We can't. Okay, so here comes the final over from Rupesh Kurmi. They revoked the decision apparently. They overturned it and decided that it might have clipped something. It's been given as a dot. So a dot ball to close out the 19th over. That'll finish the leg spinner's spell. 1 for 19. Here comes Kurmi. 6 deliveries remain. Hit into the leg side by Sob. They're going to think about a second, and probably just as well they won't run it, as it would have been a 5th run out of the innings. It's 101 for 9.
They don't need any other run out. 4 run outs. Rupesh Kurmi has done a very good job here. 3.1 overs, 10 for 1. That's brilliant. What are the two batsmen talking about? Let's play the full 20 overs. What is Sarki pointing at? Oh, sorry. Bari pointing at.
Yeah, all Sushan Bari needs to do is just get back on strike here for Bikram Sob. So a single is the order of the day. And he's done exactly that. Well done, the number 11. They come in for a hard time sometimes, the number 11s. But he's done his job, and it's going to give Sob 4 chances to try and clear the ropes. I think that's what he'll try to do. The wind is really getting up, and for the first time in the whole week, it's always blown from the pavilion side across. This time it's blowing down by the pavilion. You can see even that beautiful national flag of Nepal is curled up in the wind. 13 kilometers an hour. It feels a lot stronger than that right now. 38 degrees. Would you believe it? The hottest part of the week. Right now that wind is piling from right to left on your screen. Hacked away into the leg side. 1 bounce, and Saab won't be able to get back on strike. Just a single.
That was very well fielded by Sandeep Rajali.
Okay.
He didn't go for
Rolling
the catch.
time, rolling time.
If he had gone, it would have been a 4.
Three deliveries left. Again, Bari's job's really just to get a single, get off strike. Give Saab, the more experienced batter, something. The last 2, instead he's given it away. Would you believe it? That sums up the innings from a position late in the 12th over of 64 for 1, with the tournament's leading run scorer at the crease looking $1 million. They have collapsed in the most remarkable of circumstances. The Nepal Army side are going to be bowled all out for 103. They've lost 9 wickets for 39 runs, 4 run-outs. 3 or 4 very soft dismissals, and just when the pressure was at its highest and they needed their big players to stand up, they've all collapsed and they've been bowled out for 103. And surely it's big advantage now to the Cricket Association of Rupahende 11. Or are they going to go on to the Fancy Akara Pro Club Championship final on their home ground?
Well, they have a very good chance here. Let's look at the wicket. Easy catch to Saurabh Khanal. It's just 103, and they didn't play the 3 remaining balls of the 20th over. So 104 the target. It's possible, but you'll have to bat really well.
From a position that they were in, we were talking about 140, 150. They've ended up with 103 all out. It all started so well. Let's look at the batting highlights. A lot of Rohit Powell in here. Very little else to cheer late in the piece. Here we go. Let's take a look. Big 6 for Santosh Karki to get things going. That was the only 6 of the innings, would you believe? And he was dismissed soon after for 7. And then it was over to Harry Chauhan and Rohit Powell. Powell hit 4 fours. But it was just 1 boundary for Chauhan, 1 for Palami, and 1 for Shahab Alam. Very little to cheer outside of the form of one of the men of the tournament so far, Rohit Powell.
Yes, exactly. I mean, Rohit Powell played some beautiful shots, good sweep shots, rolling the wrist over the ball, making sure that the ball went along the carpet.
Outside of his form, though, very little else to cheer. Scores of 2, 1, 0, 6, 7, 6 and 1 in that innings. Remarkably, that was the last boundary to be hit. 1, 2, 3, 4 runouts. Did you ever play in a team that had 4 runouts in the one game, Paresh?
No, I haven't. Again, the highest score, none other than Rohit Powell.
10 wickets fell, including these 4 runouts. Let's have a look at all of them. It all started with this dismissal. The big shot attempted by Santosh Karki, right over the ball he played, really, didn't he? Bazar Ahmed claimed his first. And then this run out, which sparked the collapse. We were talking about Harry Chauhan's difficulty with his running between the wickets. He was starting to feel the heat. He got sent back by Powell and he was dismissed by a street.
Yeah, here's how Rohit Powell got a beautiful low catch, judged it perfectly. Yeah, this is the very foolish shot by...
Well, we're going to see 3 or 4 soft dismissals. The first one there from Bim Sharkey, yet another run out. This was the run out of Rajesh Palami, who was just slow on the turn. He just couldn't get moving, and it was brilliant glove work, this, from a throw that wasn't easy to collect as he whipped the bails off. That was Prajwal Thapa, but look at this for a soft shot again. Nothing to shot, just hitting the back pad from the skipper. He was trapped LBW for a second ball duck. And then here comes another very soft one. Kushal Malla gives it away.
Yes, soft dismissal all round. And 4 run-outs. Yet another run-out.
Look at that for a throw. 60 metres, pretty flat, right over the top. The bails whipped off. That was Sampal Kami, gone for 6. And then the final dismissal was Sushan Bharti. Just chipped it up to Canal for a simple catch. So it's 103 they're going to end with. The picks of the bowlers, for me, the leg spinner Bikram Bhushal. His last 3 overs he bowled 1 for 9, as well as the left arm spinner Bashir Ahmed. And well done to Rupesh Kurmi, picking up his 2nd and 3rd wickets of the tournament. He's deserved those. Just the 5 bowlers used. And what that means at the halfway stage of the semi-final, it's going to be 104 to win. You'd think big advantage to the CAR 11, but remember, the Nepal Army side, it's got an all-international bowling attack, including those 3 left-arm spinners. It's going to be tense, it's going to be dramatic, it's going to be terrific here on Terrific Thursday, semi-final day. Come back and join us for all of the chase in just a few moments' time. Welcome back after the innings break here on semi-final day. It's terrific Thursday at the fantasy Akara Pro Club Championship. The target to win 104 for the home side, the Cricket Association of Rupenda Hay 11. The winds of change are maybe blowing in this tournament because it's a heavy breeze coming across the ground on the hottest day so far, 38 degrees after an awe-inspiring thunderstorm overnight. It's a miracle we're playing today and the ground has dried out so quickly. And the side that have been so impressive all tournament are under major pressure. Andrew Leonard here to guide you through it all, alongside Johnny Barron. And Johnny, it just feels to me like the home side in their home conditions, having lost the toss, being asked to field first, have put in a sparkling second half of the first innings performance to maybe put themselves into the ascendancy.
Yeah, they have indeed. It's been a terrific effort, and I think the Nepal Army Club are just going to have to look back to yesterday afternoon when the CR11 were 18 for 5, and they've got to try and get them into that kind of position if they've got any kind of chance here, you feel.
Dev Canals at the non-striker's end. Recently made his international debut, and he has to face up to Bikram Saab. Saab will get the second innings going with a short delivery that's just checked down behind square on the offside, and immediately off the mark Prajwal Thapa, the keeper batter.
Yeah, and the trick for the CAR11 is just not to get in the kind of trouble they found themselves in yesterday. It was just a 10th wicket partnership that just got them up to a big enough score to push 11 under a bit of pressure. Of course, they needed a big win yesterday, with the run rate being the big equation.
Yeah, CAR, they really only snuck through, didn't they, despite that defeat yesterday. Down the leg side, it's a flick of something. Everyone's convinced in the field that it's the bat, and it's given. Oh my, real drama. The umpire had walked away 1, 2, maybe 3 yards. Dev Canal thought it might have clipped the pad. There was definitely a noise. This was not a wide. Was it bat or was it pad? And after maybe conferring with his square leg partner, Mangilal Sharma has got the finger up, and Dev Canal's gone for a first ball duck.
Well, there's a big noise. There's a massive noise. It's close to the back. Can't be pad. Can't be pad. There was an absolutely massive noise. I mean, the only other thing it might have been was the bash of the ground, but it felt like it was something fairly woody. And what a start.
It wasn't the fact that it was given out. I thought there was a massive noise. I think this is an edge. I think it's a good decision. It was just the way that it came about. Look at Mangilal Sharma. He takes a walk. He might just be saying to his partner, does he think there was anything? And there it is. The finger goes up. That's the first one. Early drama. All we do is drama at the fancy Akara Pro Club Championship.
High drama. High drama to kick off the afternoon. CR11 1 for 1.
Dev Canal needs to be a little bit careful, letting his frustration out just as he crossed the rope. It's a horrible way to get out, isn't it? Strangled down the leg side. You're just looking for that leg glance. Most unlucky way to be dismissed. And Binod Bandari, there was a very loud noise. So loud we heard it up here in the commentary box, 60, 70 yards away.
Yeah, the batsman, Dev Canal, is trying to indicate that he might have hit his pad, but it's miles away from it. I mean, it's out all day long. It definitely hit something, and the bat was the only thing in the vicinity.
And all of a sudden, You'd expect this in a semi-final. There's a bit of bite to the game. There's a bit of niggle. We saw the leg spinner, who was so excellent, Bikram Bouchal, come straight out to Rohit Paudel as soon as he came to the crease and had a cheeky word or two. And most of the Army side was pretty tight in there as the new man comes to the crease in at number 3. And that's Rajali. Dev Canal gone for a first ball duck. He hasn't had the kind of tournament you'd have expected, given A, the big reputation, and B, that international debut that he made quite recently. And Rajali will have to face up to Saab. Johnny, I haven't put you on the spot much. I've tended to primarily hang our great pal Tony Lahani out to dry. He said that the CAR 11 are winning this game. Which way do you think it's going? One word, please.
Yeah, I'm backing the home side.
So you think it's going to Carr?
Well, I tell you what, it's going to go the distance. It's going to be really, really tight. And what have we got down there?
Just see a bit of activity on the pitch. We've seen pads switched before, and now we're going to see footwear switched for a fast bowler. I've never seen this. Not just a new set of boots run on, but they're actually switching between teammates. Hope they've got the same size shoe.
Yeah, it's not a regular occurrence on a cricket field. We've had a few pad swaps. We've had a few bat swaps as well.
We've had a lot of bat swaps. But the pad swap was brilliant. I can't remember which side. I think it might have been the Dhaka side. Was it the Dhaka side?
All the pads were off at once, weren't they, at one point?
The two batters, they actually switched pads in the middle of the crease. And right now, Bikram Saab, I'm not sure why, maybe just finding that his landing foot, his front toe, is causing him some issues. Who's he switched boots with? That's the big question. Let's see if we can get a look at that. I think it might be Bim Sharkey, is it? Bim Sharkey and Bikram Saab. Oh God, whoever's put on the new boots isn't running very cleanly either. I don't think they're the right size for him. Who is that? It might actually be, I think. Do you know who it is? It's the opener. It's Harry Chauhan who's had a switch there. He's at first slip. And here comes Bikram Saab in the new shoes. They don't seem to be affecting him. Oh, he's got a bit of a spring in his step because of them.
Well, clearly landing nicely. Well, it's all happened, hasn't it, through the course of this week?
Yeah, there is just a bit of bite, a bit of niggle. Oh, God, that's only just gone over the head of the batter. I don't think he's realised how close that was to him. Saab, an aggressive character, an experienced campaigner, though, and a very impressive bowler. Puts into the thigh pad. There will be a quick single dashed. Leg by signalled by Mangilal Sharma. Been at the heart of the action, Mangilal Sharma, today. Something about fast bowlers, isn't there, Johnny? They have that red fuse or the red mist. Short fuse, the red mist, don't they?
Yeah, short fuse, red mist, and they're always grumpy, aren't they? Always grumpy, always something to moan about. Often the footmarks, is it? Being forced out of bed early for practice. Yes, they're a funny breed.
Wide outside the off stump will be signalled as a wide and will remain as a wide this time.
Yeah, very wide. Outside the blue markings. He'll afford that really with the target they're defending.
We know the game plan for the Nepal Army side. It's going to be use those 5 bowlers, all with strong international experience, so much so that Jitendra Mukhia, who was opening the bowling for Nepal less than 2 months ago, he can't get in the team. Remarkable, isn't it, to think of the depth. the Army have. That's a brilliant delivery. He's really bent his back, and good carry and a word, more than a word. Oh yes, maybe a smile, but there's niggle in this semi-final.
Yes, indeed. Leapt off a length, that one. CR11 3 for 1 after the first over. Yeah, that has jumped, and that's jumped from a length just outside the off stump. I wouldn't mind finding that on a regular basis.
And that 5-man bowling attack, it's based around 3 left arm spinners, all 3 of whom have been excellent, almost equally excellent between them. But interestingly, in each 3 of the games, I think we've seen a left-arm spinner open up, but today they're going to go with Sampal Kami. So the 2 fast bowlers will open up in tandem. And those left-arm spinners have been so good, Johnny, that with all the economy rates, which is obviously pretty critical, the best in the tournament for anyone who's bowled more than 2 overs, it's Shahab Alam. He's got an economy rate in this tournament of 3.16. That's excellent bowling. Still have that 1 slip in place, 3rd man and fine leg, so no one down the ground or square of the wicket outside the circle in this power play. That means Kami's going to bowl pretty conventionally, slightly longer run up today. Starts right on the money.
Sampal Kami, 6 for 43 across the campaign so far. Just played a couple of games coming into this vital semi-final. Economy rate, considering, be a little disappointed, 6.14, but critically, best of 4 for 18.
Oh, that is a beauty. I don't think we've seen a better delivery this week from a seamer. Take a second look at this. This has gone like a banana. It's angled in, started around leg stump, and it's ended up beating a 5th stump. And the umpire's having to intervene here. There's real niggle in this game. And some aggressive strides from the left-arm spinner at backward point. Sushan Bari's come all the way in, 15, 20 yards. But let's take another look at that delivery. A beauty. See if we can bring that to you in a moment. Fuller this time really did get significant away shape.
Yeah, here it is again. Oh, that has gone, hasn't it? Beautiful bit of outswing bowling. Swung miles.
And the reason it's gone, Johnny, the wind. The wind has changed in a big way. It's piling across the ground. All the other times it's been going that way. Now it's going this way. And oh, Binod Bandari could only get half a glove on that, and he's going to cost his side 2 runs. Wait for the signal here. I think this is buys, and he can ill afford extras defending just over 5 runs and over.
Yeah, we've had a couple that have leapt off a length. Yeah, just looking at those winds again. Look at those trees. It's quite significant. A complete change from what we've had through the course of the week. It's gone. The wind has come all right to left up until today, where it switched.
Yeah, it's gone literally full circle, hasn't it? It's turned 180 degrees, potentially something to do with that thunderstorm overnight, where the heavy rains we saw at about 4 o'clock in the morning
End of the over. CR11 are 5 for 1, and there's 2 overs gone. And again, getting pictures of the wind, which is cascading across the ground from left to right. It has been right to left, has been the prevailing direction during the course of the week.
gorgeous ground, this, the Barawa Cricket Stadium, and it's got such potential. I just want a special word for the ground staff, who have somehow worked miracles to get play possible today. I don't know how we've got both semi-finals in, albeit one of them was a 5-over-a-side affair. Probably had, what, 15, 20 millimetres of rain at least last night in the space of 2 or 3 hours. And luckily, well after the festivities had ended on the main street. This one's worked into the leg side, it'll just be a single. When we arrived this morning, Johnny, before 9 a.m, there was still actual standing water on the square. So for them to get it playable, and for the wicket to play pretty well so far, they've done a miraculous job.
Yeah, we were here, weren't we, at 9 o'clock this morning, and the whole place was saturated, covers everywhere, both strips, wet as you like, and when we turned up again, a little later in the afternoon, look, the best we've seen it for the week, amazing. Outfield getting a little sprinkle as well.
Really heavy winds, they're going to affect things for the left arm spinners, because those left arm spinners are going to want to bowl from this end of the ground. They're going to want the ball to drift back into the right-handers and then turn it away. So that's the stuff of dreams for the left-arm spinners. You could have actually made a case to open with your left-arm spinners from this end, bowl your seamers predominantly from the far end. Both Saab and Cami like to take it away from the right-handers, and that would have really aided those left-arm spinners, got big drift back into the right-handers.
Yeah, that might have been the play, absolutely, because it's the biggest win we've had of the week so far.
Yeah, so much so, it's just playing havoc, isn't it? Everywhere. The Bales are doing well to stay on right now. Down the track, the first signs of aggression down towards third man. Oh, yes! What a catch this is! Outstanding! I think it's Rajesh Pulami Magar who has held on to an athletic, spectacular, brilliant grab. Full length in front of him, down at third man. What a catch this is, the catch of the tournament.
Well, if they're going to win this game and they're going to have the outstanding in the field, and what a grab. What a grab. His dive full length, travel about 5 or 6 metres with the ball in hand. Terrific take. What a moment that is. CR11 7 for 2.
And he's taken it cleanly, just inches from the turf. Look at the amount of ground he made up here. 8, 9, probably 10 yards, and the dive timed to perfection. And he lies on the turf and says, yes, that is gone. Number 2. It's 7 for 2 in the third.
Great catch. Great catch. Is he better? Is he a better one? In this tournament? Yeah, that's seen a lot of drop.
Partner.
These really simple ones as well.
One more look at this. Definitely the catch of the tournament, we reckon, Johnny?
Absolutely. It's just such a good grab, isn't it? Because he's got to travel. Absolutely brilliant take. It really is.
I'll say something. If it wasn't for the rain last night, I think that would have been almost impossible to take. Just that bit of moisture has given him the ability to get just underneath it and then slide on impact. And didn't he love it? Very popular man, Rajesh Pulami Magar. Outstanding in the EPL last season. Hasn't got many runs in this tournament, but it goes to show even when you don't do it with the bat, you still got a job to do in the field. And they've looked really energetic, haven't they, collectively in the field, the Army side. Been so impressed with them. And maybe they're saying 103 is more than enough for us.
Well, taking wickets in the power play is the key, isn't it? And then you've got to... Yeah, Bishal Bikram KC is the next man in. He's on the strike at the moment.
Funny thing about CAR's batting efforts in this tournament has been it's tended to be their lower middle order who've actually propped them up. Generally the top order has failed. There's been good contributions down the order from the likes of Bikram Kumar Bhushal, also Bishal Bikram KC, who we see up the order today at number 4. And I just wonder if maybe it'll be their lower middle order that'll get it done if they are to chase this total down.
Absolutely. 18 for 5 they were yesterday, recovered to a score that has got them into this position even though they lost the game.
Nicely played into the leg side. Will be a single to get Bikram KC off the mark, and nicely watched. That'll get us to the end of the third over. Very much advantage to the only unbeaten side remaining in the tournament at the moment. It's 8 for 2.
Guys.
Of course, Basir Ahmed is the other one that I forgot about, who's been making great contributions down the order. He's their leading run scorer at the moment for the CAR 11. He's got 72 runs. Bishal Bikram KC, who's at the crease now, he's got 59 runs. And even Sanjay Prajali has 42, so he's at the crease now. There is some run scoring options, and the cameramen are still staying alive despite those wins. Great job up there, guys. I know it's not easy. They were here early as well, weren't they, with the overnight rain to make sure all the kit was okay.
Yeah, this place looked a bit like a bomb site this morning, and it's amazing the job that everybody's done.
How's he not being blown away by that one there? Look at him. There he is. In, out, shake it all about. Staying alive, our cameraman, and he's doing a great job. I don't know how he's even focusing, let alone bringing us the action. Hello to you, sir, and thank you for all your work. It's the AP1 HD crew. They're keeping us alive.
Well, they're doing a great job.
Oh, could be a chance at the non-striker's end if he throws. The non-striker just leaked away, didn't he, Sandeep Rajali? 4 run-outs in the first innings, Johnny. Couldn't believe that.
Yeah, very scrappy, especially by the kind of standards that the Nepal Army side have set themselves through the course of this tournament. Really against the grain.
Yeah, nicely bowled. Looks to me like particularly Kami and Saab, although all of the fielding unit, they are so up for this game. I think they'll have been very disappointed with their batting effort. They might have been given a bit of a rollicking from their head coach as well. But they look absolutely up for this match. They want to get through to that grand final.
And just a false effort there on that occasion. Not happy with something as it with his approach to the crease. Be pretty pleased though so far. 3 dots in this over.
Nicely bowled. It's that shape away again that's been accentuated heavily by the wind. The wrist position's good from Kami, but that's extravagant movement through the air.
Yeah, nice delivery. Very nice indeed. Just leaving the right-hander.
Edged, unedged, just wide. Was this put down? In fact, it's that floating fly slip. And I just wonder, is this a chance? Has it been grassed? And could that have been 3 down?
Let's have a little look at this. It's an injudicious shot outside. Oh, it's a diving effort to the right-hand side of the first slip. And just can't quite hang on. Just the one-handed.
I think it's Santosh Karki, isn't it? At first slip, a good effort in fairness. He's neither at first nor second slip. He's kind of a floating 2.5. A good pull shot, but straight to the mid-on fielder. No run this time.
Yeah, looking again at this. It's a terrific effort because it would have been, well, straight into the hands of second slip. But at the end of 4 overs, CR11 9 for 2.
You feel this semi-final would have been going only one way. I think it's Santosh Karki again. Apologies, the lack of numbers on the back of the Army shirts not helping us up here in the box. And it will finally be left arm spin from the correct end of the ground. They'll get that aid of the wind piling their off breaks back into the right-hander, and then turn sharply away. The dream conditions to bowl in, and it's going to be maybe just the pick of the three spinners. It's difficult to separate Mala, Alam and Sushant Bari, but I think maybe, just maybe, Shahab Alam has been the pick of the three, and they're going to turn to him first.
Alam's bowled very nicely through the course of the tournament. 4 for 38, best of 2 for 8, economy of 3.16. That's the big factor here today, isn't it?
Yeah, the wind continues to play havoc with the conditions. Big hit attempted. I think he's got a lot of this off the middle of the bat. It's going to go all the way for 6, and what a statement. The first ball that a left arm spinner has bowled in this chase, and it's been pongoed out of the ground by Bishal Bikram KC. His good form continues.
Well, it's a lovely pickup. It's firmly struck. Decisive blow. Decisive footwork as well.
Yeah, it was a beautiful sound off it, wasn't it? It did angle in with that wind, but no turn is the issue. It's just skidded on, and it's gone into the hitting arc. And Bishal Bikram KC takes the first maximum of the chase. Tries to repeat the dose, outside edge. He's going to get more runs here, and he's going to go 6 and 4, but real fortune this time. It's the most economical bowler in the tournament, and he's all of a sudden been smashed for 10 from 2 deliveries as the home side really get their chase motor in.
Yeah, he doesn't get close enough to the ball on this occasion. He gets a little bit of luck, doesn't he? Looking for Nuber on the leg side, and well, down the third man on the offside.
The first time there's been pressure on Shahab Alam in the tournament. He needs to go slower through the air, tempt him, tease him. Instead he goes quicker, flatter, on a good length, not full enough to hit. And to chase this small moments like that, just 2 deliveries going for 10, they can prove pretty decisive.
Yeah, it's another little movement, isn't it, in the way of CR11.
Dabbed away, that's good batting. Will just be a single as Kalami Magar will do the fielding. Bring Rajali onto strike. Bishal Bikram KC's had a good tournament.
He has. He's been impressive with bat and ball. Some critical contributions with the bat. He's been very tidy with the ball throughout.
Works into the leg side, won't be a single there as Kushal Malla is the man patrolling the mid-wicket area, that crucial area for any spinner. Hasn't been many sides do any damage to this impressive 5-man bowling unit that the Army have. Maybe just a few jitters caused by that little opening salvo from Bishal Bikram KC. Rajali continues to be watchful. He's 2 from 13 deliveries. We get to the end of the 5th at the quarterway stage of the chase. Game very much in the balance. It's 20 for 2.
Just having a look at that card. Bishal Bikram KC is the main man, 13 of 12. He's got a couple of 29s so far in this tournament, which is he's got a couple of 2-fers as well, so he's been pretty consistent with bat and ball. Just a bit of the game against the armed police. Just at 5 and just the 1 over on that occasion, but otherwise he's been pretty good throughout the course of the tournament.
Yeah, lots of questions and comments coming in to us on social media as well. You can use that hashtag 23forever or AP1HD Live. We're going to have a guest commentator come in as well, one of the head coaches of the sides after this over. So if you have any questions for the coaching staff, do get those in. Use that hashtag 23forever or the hashtag AP1HD. You can tag me at Cricket Badge. We'll read a few of those out. Had one in during the innings break as we see Sushan Bari come into the attack. Two left-arm spinners together. This one came from Devkota Rajesh. He was asking me, I feel whether Bashir Ahmed had done enough in this tournament to be maybe considered for international selection. Quick single, and he's gone. Another one. I'm almost certain this is going to be the third wicket. It'll be sent upstairs. It was a quick single run, and the backward point fielder has swooped. They think it's out. But is it, Johnny?
Well, it's the most fantastic pick-up and throw. It really is. We're going to get a glance of this in a second. I think he's well short. We'll have a look here. Direct hit. Yes, he's gone. Well short. Miles out.
Johnny, I think we just need one more look at this to make sure Sushan Bari hasn't disturbed the bails. First look, they move there as his arm's right next to them before the throw comes in. Might just need one more look from a different angle, but he's certainly short of his... That should do it here. Let's have a look. Brilliant work either way from Shahab Alam. The bail's still on. They're knocked off the throw, and that's going to give the confirmation. Out. Out is the call. The third call.
Plenty of batting to come, but the Army Club have been absolutely superb so far.
The question I was just asking is that run out threw us out of kilter. Devkota Rajesh even. He was asking about the man who's just come to the crease. Bashir Ahmed, how good a tournament has he had? Is he someone who might be next in the loop, next in line for that left arm spinner's slot for the national side? He's very young still. He's an under-19 player here from the Lumbini province, but he's had an excellent tournament, Johnny.
Superb. Of course, this tournament. Being good with bat and ball. Averaging 36 with the bat. He's gone very nicely with the ball.
Looks for the sweep. Strikes the pad. He's a long way down. Sushan Bari was very interested in particular. Oh, look at this. He's going to get himself in trouble. We're going to have another one written up by the match referee. What is he doing? You cannot do that, Johnny. He's walked all the way down and he's impersonated where the batter was. It's direct descent of the umpire.
Yep, can't be doing that. Can't go anywhere near this kind of behaviour. Not really what we want to see at all. Here's a tight LBW decision, but you still can't show dissent.
Seen 3 cricketers written up, 2 from the Dhaka side, I believe, if I've got my numbers right. It is maybe the first time a lot of these cricketers, not Sushan Bari, he's well experienced, but some of these players might be the first time on television. It doesn't matter if you're on television, whether you're in a club game, a street game. You don't show dissent against the umpire. I know the final's on the line, but you can't let your emotions run over, and they did that time for Sushan Bari. Wicket in the over, the run out. I'll bid farewell to Johnny Barron at the end of the power play. The score 20 for 3.
Thanks, Johnny. Power play तक क्या है? कौन भाई?
So, quick look at the power play highlights. That was the first wicket to fall in the rather remarkable circumstances. Some real aggression on show from Vikram Saab. Some good bowling as well. This was the excellent catch, wasn't it? Look at that, the catch of the tournament held by Rajesh Pilami Magar. And then a quick effort from the first slip fielder. I think that was Santosh Karki who's put that down before the blitz from Bikram KC, who went 6 and then 4 to bring the game back in the balance, with the boundary being a fortunate one. The power play signal has been issued, and it'll be the two left arm spinners to continue operating in tandem. No surprise there. This one's short and wide, cut away, and with the fielding restrictions eased, 5 fielders allowed outside the circle now. We have a commentary change as well. Delighted to have, I think it's only our 3rd special guest of the week, a man who's been heavily involved in the tournament, a man who knows Nepali cricket very well, the head coach of the Push Sports Delhi side, Mr. Puru Singh. You're very welcome along. Great to have you with us.
Thank you, Andrew. It's been a pleasure to sit with the face of Associate Cricket. Absolute honor.
Surely not the face of Associate Cricket. Don't dub me with that label. I might take the voice if you're being super generous, but I try to hide in the background if I can whilst I talk. Lovely to have you with us, mate. And it's not just your first trip up here north of the border. Obviously, Delhi not too far away.
White ball.
You're here with the winning Everest Premier League side, so you've got a great affinity to the game here in Nepal. You love your trips up.
I love this country, I love the people, and I absolutely love the cricket out here. I mean, there is huge talent, and to back it, there is huge passion for the game, not just in the players, even in the people of Nepal.
Yeah, the passion for the game here, it feels very much to me. I know it's a religion all across the subcontinent, and most famously in India. That's just short of Rohit Powell. He doesn't appeal, he knows it's bounced, but it's almost the scale of fanaticism here. It's quite something.
Oh, it is. So when I was there for EPL, so as you would know, there were some of the games were watched out. So I was following those games on YouTube, and the people were there on the live chat throughout. I mean, for 3-4 hours, they were there on the game commenting when there was no action happening.
The live chat can get a bit feisty sometimes. Careful on YouTube. Things can get a bit lively in there. All sorts of stuff can go on. But yeah, such is the fanaticism. They're just waiting to watch the game. That was the Everest Premier League last year, a tournament that you were part of the winning coaching staff of. How special an experience was that for you, the first time you've come up to the Everest Premier League?
First of all, it was a huge honor to be part of franchise cricket, and that too of a league which is, I think, it's the biggest as far as associate nations are concerned. And kudos to Amir and his team for doing this for Nepal and for all the cricketers who are part of the league. And secondly, when I was there, to be honest, I was very, very pleasantly surprised for the amount of talent I saw, not just in Chitwan Tigers team, but across the tournament, I think.
Yeah, the standard of cricket was actually really impressive in some difficult conditions as well. It was just coming out of rainy season, and the rain did affect the tournament. I'll tell you something else as well, Peru, because you were seeing it right in the middle of kind of the COVID times we were living in, so we only probably got maybe 60% of the crowds that we usually would. When I was first here for the first big edition in 2018, this is going to be a chance in the deep, is it? No! It's gone all the way for 6, but only just from Bazar Ahmed, who continues to almost single-handedly carry the home side's hopes. The slog sweep ended up being a good one, but it was a real risk with a man out at long on.
This is a superb shot. I think he knows that he needs to up the ante, and fantastically done.
I think that little bit of wind that he's hit with there has made the difference between 6 or out.
Yes, I would feel so. And another one.
Going to try and repeat the dose, and this time he's picked the gap. There's no one out there. In fact, I think this one might have gone all the way over the retaining fence. Back-to-back 6s. Basir Ahmed, he's making a big statement. The chase is on.
I think this is intelligent batting. He knows that he needs to take care of the left-arm spinner, being a left-hander. So this is really good from Bashir. I think you were just mentioning about Bashir that someone tweeted about him being done enough to be in the national team. I think he's making another statement.
Isn't he just, with the AP1 HD cameras watching and rolling live? May have some games coming up on home soil. We'll wait to see about that, but it's the critical Cricket World Cup League 2 matches across in America. That big tour. Maybe this young man is saying, my time is now, pick me, not just with ball, but also with bat, an all-round effort. And there's something about left-arm spinners here, isn't there? There's so many of them.
I was about to say, I think this land is full of left-arm spinners. And they're all good. They're all good. And it's good for the game. It's good for the country. There's so much healthy competition overall.
You've just seen the rarest of things, something I can't remember seeing ever before, a Rohit Paudel misfield that'll allow them through for the single. The scale of fanaticism for the game, as you say, it's matched by a great level of skill. Here, your first experience of the Fantasy Akara Pro Club Championships, you've brought a side up from Delhi. So the last time you were predominantly coaching Nepali players, this time you've been predominantly coaching Indian players. How have they enjoyed the experience? How have you, as the Push Sports Delhi side, enjoyed it?
It's been a great exposure. To be honest, I did not tell them much. I wanted them to experience it firsthand because I thought that if I'll tell them anything, it won't be good enough. The kind of cricket is being played in Nepal and the kind of exposure they're going to get. And it's been absolutely wonderful. I mean, where else you get to play against the national side? We got to play against Malaysia, and almost all of Nepali cricketers are playing. It's absolutely wonderful.
You've got a very young side as well, let's be honest, but the experience for them, it must be worth its weight in gold.
Indeed, indeed. I mean, we have some cricketers who may have played 250 games, but as if you compare it with pro club, I don't think many of them have played at this level, and it's really, really good.
What about the reaction from those close to in and around your academy, the family members, the friends? Have they all been watching on the live stream on VU Sports?
Oh yes, they are loving the coverage, they are loving the commentary, of course, and the family and friends, the parents of the kids, they are really delighted. It's really been fantastic experience for them.
What about the kids themselves? Are they going back into YouTube then and watching their whole spell or their whole innings?
Yes, they are. They are watching the game. They are going back to the rooms and discussing with each other. And more than that, I think they are learning a lot from the players which are there. I mean, yesterday our skipper Mrigang, he was in talk with Rohit Paudel. He wanted to know his routine. And I'll tell you what he came back with.
Isn't that brilliant? Yeah, there's something about cricket, isn't there? Share with the other players, maybe more so than other sports. It's such an interesting sport, an individual sport played within a team environment. Whether you see the brotherhood of spinners who share the details of their left arm spinner, their wrist spin, fast bowlers sharing tips. And you're going to tell us something that Rohit Paudel told your skipper.
Yes, so almost all the players in our team, they are in awe of Rohit, not just because of his batting, but the way he runs between the wickets, especially Rohit and Beam. So he wanted to check on his routine, and he came back hugely impressed. He told me, sir, his 24 hours in a day is all about cricket. He wakes up, he plays cricket, then he have his lunch, rest, and he come back and he plays cricket again.
You do need to be obsessed these days almost, don't you, to make it, to go on to the levels that Rohit Paudel has already achieved. He's only 19, we have to remember. He's got a huge career ahead of him, but I think he's come into a culture in that international side, brilliantly led by Pabudu Dasanayake. That is one of eat, sleep and drink cricket, and they've got a great culture of fitness and strength and conditioning, and that's aided the quality of their cricket. Would you suggest that the future is very bright for the game here in Nepal?
Absolutely, very bright. And not just Rohit, I think the work ethic in general, I think in this country is commendable. I mean, you see cricketers doing their fitness routines after the game. You don't see it back home.
What about the conditions? Let's be honest, they've been difficult batting conditions. There's been players, the likes of Rohit Paudel himself, Virendeep Singh, who have found a way. But it's not been easy. They're not wickets where it's 160, 180, 200 plus. Probably 140 or 150 is a massive score. The ball has been turning square. What have your boys learnt from playing in these conditions?
for them it was a different experience because back home the wickets are really good. But like you mentioned, Rohit and Viren, and there are some other guys who have got good scores. So there's always something to learn. I mean, this is a different experience, and wickets and conditions are same for everyone. You just can't be a flat track bully.
Yeah, too right. We're going to see, interestingly, not the third left arm spinner into the attack, and I think that's purely because of the threat of Bazir Ahmed. He's got 15 off just 7 deliveries. So rather than the 5 bowlers we've seen used throughout, they're going to go to the part-time off breaks of guess who? It's that man, isn't it? It's Rohit Powell. He's dominated the tournament with the bat. Is he about to do it with the ball?
He's everywhere, it seems. I won't be surprised if he gets a wicket.
Yeah, just part-time off spin that he operates with. Doesn't get used too often in the international side. But you can see again, this is the matchups, isn't it? It's the fact that left-hander has taken Shahab Alam downtown. They want to turn the ball away from the bat.
It also shows a great deal about his match sense. Even after 1 over, he just got himself back on.
Oh, chipped,
almost.
But just wide of Rohit Powell, who, if anyone could have caught it, he would have. I think Binod Bandari deserves a special note for the way he's led his troops from behind the stumps. A very cool, composed head. What about your captain? Has he learnt throughout this tournament, young Pathak?
He has. He himself is a cool customer, but he has really learned things. Like I was mentioning about Rohit, also about how to play on these wickets, on these dusty tracks. I mean, like I said, we don't get such kind of wickets back home, and there is so much learning for everyone, not just with Mrigang. I mean, we have a couple of 15-year-olds as well, and I'm sure they're also going back with loads of experience and wisdom.
Approaching the halfway stage of the chase, we've got our little buddy in the commentary box. Appy is just saying hello to you, Peru. He's welcoming you in. He's our mascot here.
Different way to welcome, but yeah, it's fine.
Sharp turn and offer for Powell. I think we could see Powell bowl all 4 overs. Maybe they'll use less of the left arm spin today. We get to the halfway stage of the chase. It's 40 for 3. They're going to need just more than a run of ball. We've got the head coach of the Push Sports Delhi side with me. That's Coach Puru Singh. We'll take a look at the highlights from the first half of this chase, and plenty of aggression. Slightly controversial decision. Have you ever seen an LBW given out like this, Peru?
I think he was checking with his friend, Square Leg Empire.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. There's been some fire, some aggression in the game as well. The 3 wickets that have fallen so far, this was the second one of them. Probably the catch of the tournament, Peru. What do you reckon?
Absolutely. Especially coming from Rajesh Pulami. I mean, who might not be the fittest, but again, like I said, work ethic and commitment levels in this country are second to none.
Yeah, a couple of big hits from KC, but then shortly after this boundary you're going to see now, it was the run out that could end up proving critical. And that's the run out there, the direct hit. Excellent work from Shahab Alam. It's a good tournament with the ball. This time it's in the field. They know how big that wicket was. Coach, let me ask you about your tournament. You're the only side in the tournament to win 2 matches and not get through to the semi-finals. You've missed out on net run rate. Do you feel a bit hard done by, or do you feel maybe it's just been the good learning curve for your boys about how they have to get as close as they can in every game?
Andrew, I feel T20 is a game of moments. You're supposed to grab those crucial moments. I mean, of course, we are very happy that we ended up winning 2 games in our league, but we were not able to grab those crucial moments. I think we could have done much better. We would be, of course, happier playing in semi-finals, but yeah, we are going back happy.
Yeah, of course, have one more game tomorrow, the 5th v 6th place playoff. Were the boys devastated? How do you as a coach go about teaching them not just during the good moments but also the low moments when you do miss out in such narrow circumstances?
Yes, devastated would be an understatement, to be honest. So I just let them be, because I don't think you can do much. We went out for a team dinner, so I think that really helped them. And of course, there was New Year being celebrated near our hotel, so that was good.
Yeah, how memorable a trip for these young men to come up north of the border, to take in what's going to be 4 televised games, not just live in Nepal, but around the world on the internet as well. And it's the stuff of dreams, an experience they'll never forget. And do you think that this could be the platform that's going to send maybe not just 1 or 2 of your boys, but maybe several of your boys onto higher honours in the future?
Absolutely. I don't think they realized that how big the stage was till the time they came to the ground and saw what was happening. And like I said, I did not tell them much. I wanted them to experience firsthand, which I did when I was there for Everest Premier League. And they are going back with lots and lots of learning.
It's a great connection between you and Nepali cricket, and long may it continue. Tell me about the Push Sports Delhi Academy, though. It's a fantastic setup. You show me privately some photos, and the quality of facilities you have, they seem to me to be world class.
So that was the idea, Andrew. When we started 6 years back, so we wanted to start an academy which gives paramount importance to mentoring at the grassroots level. I mean, we see a lot of work on the mental setup at the highest level, but it's not happening at the grassroots level. A lot of things have changed in Indian cricket at the upper level, at the first class level, but things are yet to change at the grassroots level, and that's what we wanted to do. So we have mentoring, we have a huge infrastructure, we have lower student-coach ratios. We make our 6-7-year-olds play day-and-night games. All our grounds, they have floodlights.
And you told me that. And how many kids are you talking about altogether here involved?
So pre-COVID, we had 300 kids across 4 centers. We are again going back to...
This is cut away. This is going to be runs. I'll just cut you off there, Puru. Kushal Malla, who's been brought in from the pavilion end, has just dragged it down a touch. And again, it's that man, Bazir Ahmed, a beautiful cut shot. Gets it wide to the left of the extra cover fielder and wide to the right of the long off fielder. Perfect placement and good use of the depth of his crease to get a critical boundary.
I think Bashir is saying that don't bowl left armers to me.
Yeah, you can see why they've gone with Malla from this end of the ground, though. That wind will help him drift the ball away. I don't think Mala's going to try to turn too many. He's probably just going to be aiming for the left glove of Binod Bandari. This time he's into the pads. And you've got a Nepali connection to your academy as well. Of course, one of your cricketers, Ishan Pandey, down with you for about 45 days and also playing in this tournament for the Indian side.
So we have a PEP program in our academy, which is Performance Enhancement Program. So a lot of kids and players outside India, they come to practice at our arenas. We've had someone like Stephen Wigg, who came down from New Jersey. He went back and played minor league.
Yeah, Stephen Wigg from the New Jersey Stallions in America. Really good left-arm bowler, and I think he's kind of in the not quite near American selection yet, but he had a very good minor league season.
Yes, I think he, if I'm not wrong, he finished as top 5 wicket takers in the league, which is huge. And then we also had Atharva Prasad, who came from Middlesex. He's playing second 11. He came down, he was there with us for 3 months. We have another cricketer coming from New South Wales. And of course, Ishan came to us.
Great diving stop. Brilliant from Malla. It's going to be 7 runs from Mala's first over. The game continues to hang in the balance. 11 gone, 47 for 3. Basir Ahmed holding the key for the home side. The Cricket Association of Rupendahe 11. I've got the head coach of the Push Sports Delhi side here with me, Coach Puru Singh, who have unfortunately been knocked out before the semi-final stages. One more game tomorrow, the 56th game. One more question about your setup there. Because of the floodlights and all the turf wickets, you can basically, you're in operation almost throughout the day, no matter what. And kids who come in to learn from you, they can even stay on site as well. Is that right?
Yes, we have residential program as well. And like the academy is situated in Gurgaon, so most of the schools they finish by 4. So putting floodlights was a conscious decision so that we can give more working hours to the kids and the coaches.
Powell's going to continue, pulled away into the deep, and the diving stop has parried it around his partner Sampal Kami. He's just nudged it around the post, and the 50 is going to come up in the 12th over, and you just sense the game is maybe turning towards the home side, Puru.
Absolutely. I think Bashir started 3 years sorry, 3 overs ago, and Sandeep has just joined in.
He finally joined in because before that boundary he was just 6 from 31 deliveries, would you believe? But cricket, it takes partnerships in difficult batting conditions. And I just wonder, are the Army side about to do what the Nepal national side did in Oman, the T20 World Cup qualifier? They won their 3 group games. It's the exact same format, isn't it, as that crucial World Cup qualifier. They won their first 3 games, but then they lost the critical semi-final. They went on to win the 3rd v 4th place playoff. They won 4 from 5, but it wasn't enough to get onto the plane to Australia 2022. And the Army, they're in trouble right now. They need a wicket.
I think that would be such a shame if they go out of the competition like this. But full credit to Car 11. Like I said, I think they are using their brains very well. You just saw Bashir Ahmed taking left arm spinners apart, and Sandeep is apparently doing the same thing.
He's doing the same to the off spinners, the right arm off spinners. Again, it's a game of matchups these days, T20 cricket, isn't it? You almost always want the ball going away from the bat or turning away from the bat. And right now there's pressure on the Army side, and it's for the first time in this tournament. This one's got down the ground for 1. Peru, we're going to have to let you go at the end of this over, but just finally your thoughts on this competition going forward. Let's hope that it's going to be going for many years to come, and there's going to be a rich developing role for it.
Absolutely. I think this is going to go bigger and better from next year, because people perhaps were not really aware about this competition, and they were not aware about the kind of quality.
It's a brilliant shot down the ground. I'll have to cut you off again. Bashir Ahmed is turning the semi-final almost single-handedly, slightly over-pitched by Powell because of the pressure. The straight drive down the ground. He's got 26 off 18 deliveries. That's a beautiful shot.
He's turning it on. He's really turning it on. And if Army, they don't get a wicket, I think this game is going away from them.
Down the leg side, a wide now. But yeah, you feel there's a big and bright future for this fancy Akara Pro Club Championship?
Absolutely. And I have no problems in saying this. Of course, it's being done by Amir, who is already doing fantastic work with the EPL. And so this can be a feeder tournament for EPL as well. It's a T20 tournament. There's huge amount of competition, and who knows, franchisee teams might look at this tournament to make their teams for EPL.
I think that's a spot-on call. Fantastic to have you with us throughout, not just the tournament, but for the first time up here in the commentary box. A big thank you from all of us to the head coach of the Push Sports Delhi side. That's a great man, Mr. Puri Singh.
Thank you, Andrew. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Johnny, who's sitting alongside me. And it has been an absolute pleasure not just playing the tournament, being here and enjoying the hospitality of enjoying the hospitality of the country, as well as all the people of Nepal.
Yeah, the great sport brings us all together, and great to have your thoughts with us in the commentary box. We'll have a change. I'll have Paresh Lahami come and join me for just an over. We'll bid farewell to Puru Singh. Very well done, Puru. So Paresh is just going to sit with me for 1 or 2 overs, and then we'll hand it over to the dream team pairing to bring things home. And this game very much feels like it's going to the CAR 11. And Paresh, if I remember correctly, I think you predicted this, didn't you? You called the Rupenda Hay side as winning it and getting through to the final.
Yeah, that was no prediction, but I thought that the Army didn't have that score to win the match.
Smashed down the ground. He's turning it on, isn't he? Basir Ahmed, he's not going to get the boundary this time, but he'll pick up 2 more. Don't think we've seen anyone score at this strike rate, with the exception of Powell in the tournament, and make it look so easy. Bashir Ahmed has 31 off 21 deliveries, and he's almost doing this off his own bat.
Yes, he's playing really well. We've seen 2 sixes hit by him.
Another hit into the leg side. Every run being cheered by the home crowd. They're dying to see their side in the grand final on Super Saturday. If that's the case, imagine the crowd we're going to have. We saw some shots of the grandstand full to the brim. Great atmosphere building up on the hottest day of the tournament so far.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if the Cricket Association of Rupenda 11 make it to the finals, then Saturday we'll see a much bigger crowd.
Right on the money from Mala this time, but already 5 runs from the over. That's all they need. They almost, because of this Bashir Ahmed burst, they almost need to take no risks. They can just knock it around now. They'll cruise home. Somehow, somewhere, the Army needs something, and that's not going to help. A misfield will allow a single to Rajali.
Yeah, Bikram Sob just misfielding there,
Water, only water, no glove.
giving a single. Kushal Malla bowling the last ball of this over.
Just held back by Mala that time, and I think Bashir Ahmed will just be happy with the single despite the fumble, because he'll keep the strike. So 13 gone. This partnership, it's looking like a semi-final defining one, and maybe one of the best partnerships of the tournament building up, thanks to the talented left-hander Bashir Ahmed and his partner Sanjeev Rajali. And at the end of the 13th, it's 67 for 3. Is there any way back into this for the Army?
Yeah, wickets. I mean, the containment is, you cannot contain now. You have to take wickets and 2 or 3 in, let's say, a couple of overs.
Hello, hello.
Guys, batsman, Sandeep. Sandeep.
So just as Coach Puri Singh was talking about the hospitality we receive here, look at this, a lovely gift to the commentary box. Happy New Year 2079. That's from the Cricket Association of Rupendahe. Our sincere thanks. It's not for you, our producer, he's asking me in my ears. It's for us in the commentary box. And we thank you sincerely. Dandavad, a lovely gift and a lovely memento for us to share and take home.
Yeah, that was a bit short. Pulled by Basir Ahmed. Threw long on for a single.
I've just seen what it is. I thought it was a book. I thought it was a diary. It's food. Fantastic stuff. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Well, maybe it is for you then. We can share it around. I thought it was a book, honest to God. Some lovely delicacies there presented. What is that? Paresh. Oh, going to be 5 wides to the total here. You can tell me in a moment. This game is slipping away from the grasp of Rohit Paudel and Binod Bandari. The turn to the off spin, the part-time off spin hasn't worked. 5 more runs.
Yes, he's using his part-time off spinners, easily dealt with by Basir Ahmed and Sandeep Rajali. The score moves to 73 for 3 in the 14th over.
The last thing they needed was 5 freebies. Rohit Paudel's got to get it outside off. Once more like it, but it's too little too late, because right now this is turning into a cakewalk, isn't it, Paresh? 31 to win off 40 deliveries, 7 wickets in hand. I think they've got to go back to the seamers, and they've got to do it now.
Yeah, absolutely. Either Sompal or Bikram Sob, or even they can go to Hari Bahadur Chauhan, who's a medium pacer who mixes the ball. Just one over, just to try if he can break through with this partnership.
Oh, he's just batted supremely. It's going to be 4 more, isn't it? Straight down the ground. Bashir Ahmed has taken a leaf out of Rohit Paudel's book, and he said, I'm going to do this myself. There's only one man in the mix for the player of the match right now. It's the man on your screen, the perfect straight drive.
Yeah, that was hit very hard, straight down the ground.
And look at this. It's going to be more runs. This game is not just ending, it's ending in a flash. We thought that they were 30 or 40 runs short. Paresh Lahani has called it. The home side and their home ground are going to be surely now advancing to the final.
Yes, from now on, they should win the match. They should advance to the finals.
hit down the ground, and more runs, just a single this time as the fielder comes round and fields well. 16 runs from the over, the most expensive of the semi-finals day so far. This game is ending in a flash. Time to hand over to Johnny Barron, who will join Paresh Lahani.
Better left arm round, new bowler. Better left arm round.
Oh, welcome back, Johnny. Good afternoon.
Well, it's all happening in a hurry here, isn't it? It really is. Extraordinary scenes, and fantastic for the CAR 11 because they're doing this in good style now. Well, big extravagant turn, but he might get away with this one. It's taken the top of the pad, and that'll run away for 4 byes. Another boundary. Guys. What a bit of luck that is. Another boundary to the score.
That's pretty well played by Ahmed.
Yeah, they've done this in very good style, haven't they? Target 104. Oh, a big shot. Doesn't get it on that occasion, does Basir Ahmed. But he's had a terrific tournament, hasn't he? Couple of 29s, 43 now off 28.
Shahab Alam, the bowler. Now Basir shouldn't lose it. He should get his team through.
Haul across the line.
Well fielded by Shushan Bhari there. And mid-wicket.
Looking at all the crowd here. Had a great crowd in here cheering home the home side. Think about a quick single, but already they've got the 4 leg byes off this over. They're comfortably ahead of the rate. Just 17 now required from the remaining 5.1 overs, and yeah, big atmosphere here in the crowd. Oh, that might get through. They'll get through for a single.
Yes, that was very well played, very cleverly played by Basir Ahmed. After the completion of 15 overs, CAR 11, they are 88 for 3.
Yeah, just 16 required. Terrific stuff from these two. The last wicket fell on 20. They've added 68 in good time. 16 off 30 balls is the equation. We've got a decent crowd here at Barua. And well, it'll take a miracle, you feel, from this position. 7 wickets, really. Plenty of time. And the Nepal Army Club looking to spot a bother.
Bikram Soab, the strike bowler, into the attack. And I must say that Sandeep Rajali has given a very good support to Basir Ahmed. He's 14 of 38 deliveries. Would stay there. He stayed there. Had a very good partnership.
Yeah, 88 it's worth. He's done a really good job, hasn't he? (16 off 30). What can Bikram Soab do? Into sort of fairly miracle territory as far as the Nepal Army is concerned.
These two pairs have put on 68 already.
Wide of the off stump, and that's just held through the offside. There'll be a single added. Ticks down once again, but they have been excellent, haven't they, the CAR 11? because they got through a fairly ill-disciplined performance by the Nepal Army Club. And after a bit of a wobble up top, Paresh, they've really put a critical partnership together. If you can get up and above 70 partnerships in T20, you tend to win a fair proportion of the games, especially a low-scoring game like this one.
Yeah, I think the Nepal Army Club got it wrong. They should have brought Bikram Soap very much earlier. He's got 5 for 2 in his 2.1 overs.
Yeah, he needs to continue that. 5 for 2. It's been absolutely superb from Bikram Soap, but he needs a couple of more overs like that to put any kind of pressure on the CAR 11. It's a good single as well, isn't it? Running between the wickets actually through the course of this innings has been impressive.
Yeah, Vikram Sood rolled the fingers on the ball, and that stopped on the batsman, but they were able to take a single. Brings Basir Ahmed on strike. He's on 45 of 34. 4 fours and 2 sixes. 2 huge ones.
Swing and a miss. Have they got him? They have. Oh, it's a swing too many from Basir Ahmed. Outside the off stump. Left-hander goes.
Ball please, ball please.
Yeah, that was not necessary for Basir Ahmed to play that shot. Let's look at the replay. But I think it's too little, too late for Nepal Army. Well played, young lad. 45 of 35.
Yeah, superb knock. 3 very critical scores he's had in the competition so far. But Bikram Sob he's like the boy on the burning deck here, with 3 for 6. Extraordinary figures.
Saurav Khanal, the new batsman. Now he has to stay there. Only 14 required of 4.3 overs. Basir Ahmed is the 3rd guy in this competition to go over 100 runs, individual runs, I mean.
So this quota is completed 4 over.
So, next man in.
Right arm over.
Sob's got 3 wickets so far. Saurav Khanal is the next man in. Right-handed bat. Sob just aborting. Cuts back and still played away nicely on the offside, played off his legs. Another single added. That equation with every single run gets a little bit easier for CAR. But Bikram Sob, well, you need to keep him out with the performance he's had so far. 3 for 7 off 2.4 overs. He's been absolutely fantastic.
CAR 11, they can just play him out. And look at the crowd there supporting their home team.
Yeah, good crowd here. We're expecting good crowds as well on Saturday. Bank holiday over here in Nepal. Another dot. And quite wisely, these two thinking about just trying to get through this over. They'll have one more to negotiate as well. But yeah, the crowds have been, well, they've been fantastic through the course of the tournament, especially on holidays. They were last Saturday, and they are on the New Year's Day holiday today. Paresh, you'll have to remind me what year we're actually in again.
It's 2079.
Yeah, I knew that. Absolutely. Oh, just pushed down the ground by Sandeep Rajali. Another one who's had a very good tournament. hit the winning runs in the first match and might get a chance again. The end of the 16th over, CR11 and 92 for 4.
Let's look at the bowling guy. Very expensive, Rohit Podel. 31 given of his 3 overs. Sompal Kami bowled 2 overs for 2 runs. Kushal Malla 2 overs, 14 runs. Bikram So pick up the bowlers, 3 overs, 8 runs and 3 wickets. Shushan Bari 2 overs, 14 runs, expensive. And Shahab Alam 4 overs, given 15 runs without taking any wicket. Now Kushal Malla is gonna continue from the pavilion end. No, he's gonna change. He's gonna replace Shahab Alam.
Kushal Malla's bowled well so far as well. His left armers struck away on the offside. It'll just be a single. Every run being applauded by the home crowd now. 11 now, 23 the requirement.
Yeah, that's pretty much easy chase now for the CAR11, the home team, supported by a big crowd.
Yeah, they can tick these down, to be honest. Plenty of time.
Even Rohit Podel misses the ball while fielding that sort of pressure.
Great stop. Great stop. Stops the single. Terrific work in the inner ring there by Rohit Pandel. Fantastic commitment. Driven. Oh, is that a miss? Right back of the bowler. It is a drop. They can't afford that at this stage. Oh dear. Sushan Bari, the guilty party.
Yes, it was a drop, a very difficult chance of his own bowling.
Very difficult. Just wondering if it dropped first. Just pushing out on the offside now. Another single added. Quick running there. Very good effort.
The run required into single figures now. 9 required.
Yeah, Paresh, where did it go wrong for the Nepal Army side early on? Down the track, he's got a very good piece of that. And it's just a 1 bounce 4. Fantastic shot by Sandeep Rajali.
Saurav Khanal. He's very known for those big hits. He hasn't been able to perform, but in the semi-finals, he's got an important boundary. Now 5 runs required from 18 balls, from 3 overs. It's done and dusted now. Look at the crowd. It's packed. Kushal Malla replacing Bikram Shob.
Look at these crowd scenes. He wants a 6 to finish.
I don't know why the captain has replaced Bikram Shob. He was bowled so well, took a wicket of a set batsman.
So Sandeep Rajali punching away on the offside. He won't finish it with a 6 on this occasion. He might get another chance though. He'll get through for a single. Of course, beat the Malaysia 11 in the first match of the tournament with a 6 round down the ground with 4 balls left in the piece. Good push out on the onside.
Saurabh coming down the track but adjusted and just stopped the ball.
Haul down the ground, is this it? It is! Oh, what a way to finish. Fantastic stuff by Saurav Khanal. He finishes the game off with a boundary to rapturous applause up here in the main grandstand. The home side, CRR11, are in the final of the Fancy Akada Pro Club Championship, and what a performance, winning this match by 6 wickets. Well, with good time to spare, as you see the crowd up in the grandstand happy as you like, and the players down below shaking hands. Marvellous stuff. Well, very good value for this, Paresh. They played good out cricket with the ball first, and well, after a couple of wobbles early on, they've been very effective with the bat in hand.
Very well played by... Yeah, look at that shot. Straight over the bowler's head. Beautiful shot, piercing the 2 fielders in the boundary, long off and long on. And taken a very good victory here. Nepal Army must be very disappointed with their batting effort and their bowling effort as well. I think Rohit Paurel's spell was the turning point of this match.
Yeah, it was. Absolutely. Let me just have a quick look at that bowling performance. Yeah, it was terrific stuff. And yeah, both sides just shaking hands. The umpire's now coming down as well. And it has been a terrific effort. The side are really happy. Look at this. They're coming into the into the camera. They're absolutely ecstatic. They really are. It's the 4 run-outs that's absolutely killed the Nepal Army side, isn't it, Paresh? The 4 run-outs is the big story of the day.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, they played as a unit.
Just take a look at the wickets. Dev Canal getting a big piece of that one. Second one to fall. Well, this was the catch of the tournament. Absolutely fantastic that was. It really was. Third wicket with a direct hit on the run out. Shahab Alam. And then a big nick behind. That was Bazir Ahmed to go. That was the final wicket of the piece. And then the Nepal Army bowling side, well, the bowling card, Bikram Sob stands out a mile, 3 for 8 off his 3 overs, 2.67 he went for. Absolutely fantastic. 1 for 21 from Sushan Bari. That's the only other wicket to fall. Or the only other bit of tight stuff, of course, the only other wicket to fall was that run out. And we'll have a quick look at the batting highlights. A lovely pick up down the ground. And these are impressive the way they went about it.
Yes, and the partnership between Rajali and Basir, the 70-odd run partnership, was the crucial partnership that helped them to get a victory and reach the finals of this Fantasy Akara Pro Club Championship.
Yeah, terrific stuff. Oh dear, there was that 2 of them converging on the ball. It wasn't quite to be. Shot down the ground. There was that little pasture play where the boundaries came thick and fast. This was another one of them.
Yeah, I think the turning point of the match was Rohit Paurel's spell.
Yeah, Bazir Ahmed really cut loose at that stage.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And that was the winning runs in the end by Saurav Kanal. Here they are. They're the ones just coming up towards us. Terrific stuff, and what a way to finish. And there's the card. Azir Ahmed, 45 off 35 was the star of the show. Some contributions. Rajali, well, we've seen him before through the course of this tournament. 19 off 44. He played a really critical hand, actually, in supporting Bazir Ahmed in that critical partnership for the fourth wicket. And that was worth 70. And as a general rule, here's the match summary. Ball Army 103 all out. The CR11 104 for 4. And the CR11 won by 6 wickets in emphatic fashion.
Yeah, with 2.3 overs to spare. A good chase.
Well, it's time for the match day presentations, and we go downstairs to Andrew.
Yes, hello and welcome to the post-match presentation for the semi-final, the second semi-final, and we've seen an all-Nepali clash on the home side, on their home ground. The Cricket Association of Rupenda 11 take a really impressive win over the unbeaten Nepal Army side. Firstly, it's the first year of Dwi Hazar Unasi. That's 2079, and Nayam Barsako, Subau Kamanu, to everyone in the crowd, a Happy New Year to you all. So, we'd like to start by thanking our sponsors. Firstly, the title sponsor, that's Fantasy Ataka, the co-sponsor, Dafa News, payment partner, AVR Pay, our internet partner, Vianet, the airlines partner, Yeti Airlines, and of course, all of our broadcast partners, AP1 HD Live, and streaming on VU Sport. We're going to hear from both captains, and we'll find out who the player of the match is in a couple of moments. I'd like to call first upon the losing captain, that's Binod Bandari. Binod, great disappointment for you and your side. You're unbeaten coming into today. Where did it go wrong today?
अब ब्याटिङ हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ अब स्टार्टिङदेखि सबै राम्रो भइरहेको थियो हैन अब फिनिसिङ राम्रो भएन अब खासमा चाहिँ हाम्रो ब्याटिङ फिनिस नभएर चाहिँ अलिकति गाह्रो भयो.
You were 64 for 1 at one point. What total were you hoping for when Powdell was going so well? Something like 130, 140?
अब त्यो 140 भन्दाखेरि 130 सम्म चाहिँ सोचिरहेको थियो हैन किनकि यो बीचमा चाहिँ अब 130 भनेको चाहिँ एकदमै राम्रो स्कोर हो.
You did take 3 early wickets. You had them 20 for 3. Did you believe you could defend that low total?
हैन अब स्कोर हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ राम्रो नै थियो हैन अब त्यसपछि पनि 3 विकेट लिइसकेपछि राम्रो भइरहेको थियो तर वसिरको इनिङले चाहिँ अलि गाह्रो परेको सबैले चाहिँ.
Finally, you were unbeaten coming into today. Do you feel hard done by? How devastated are you and the team?
हैन यस्तो हुन्छ अब सबै अब गेम जितेर आएर भने चाहिँ फाइनल जितिन्छ नि भन्ने पनि छैन हैन हरेक गेमहरु हुन्छ हरेक गेम इम्पोर्टेन्ट हुन्छ त्यसले गर्दा चाहिँ त्यो अब हरेक गेम जितेर आएछ भनेपछि चाहिँ अब सेमी फाइनलमा राम्रो पनि खेल्नै पर्छ हैन त्यसले गर्दा चाहिँ अब आज नराम्रो खेल्ने बित्तिकै नै चाहिँ लुज भएको चाहिँ.
Binod, we'll see you in the third place playoff tomorrow. Hard luck, Dandavad. That's very disappointed, understandably. Binod Bandari, the captain, the losing captain for the first time. I'm going to speak to the winning captain now, Krishna Karki of the CAR 11. Krishna, congratulations. How brilliant a performance was that from you and your team?
सब टिमले चाहिँ राम्रो गर्यो हैन स्पेशली यंगस्टरहरु जसरी स्टेप अप भइरहेछ यो टुर्नामेन्टमा त्यसले गर्दा चाहिँ अब यो हाम्रो यो प्रदेशको चाहिँ फ्युचर चाहिँ त्यही राम्रो छ.
Basir Ahmed in particular, outstanding, 2 wickets, and the way he played, the freedom with which he played was simply outstanding.
बसिर चाहिँ धेरै नै म्याच्योर भइरहेको छ अहिले पहिलाबाट. He is a good youngster हैन and it really feels good to us that we got the youngster like stepping up for the team.
You've had a quiet confidence about your team the whole time. Why do you believe so much that you're not just going to go to the final now? I think you believe you're going to win the final.
मलाई बिलिभ लाग्छ किन भन्नाले सबै टिमहरु हामी चाहिँ सबै मिलेर नै खेलिरहेको छौं हैन सबै टिम धेरै टुर्नामेन्टहरु सँगै खेलिरहेको छौं त्यो भएर चाहिँ मलाई चाहिँ बिलिभ छ सबैमा चाहिँ फाइनल जित्छौ भन्ने पनि मलाई विश्वास छ.
Finally, I know a lot of people have put in a huge amount of work for cricket in this region. The fans are still up in the crowd. Do you have a few words for the administrator and the supporters, maybe in Nepali?
त्यही त अब यो भैरवा भनेको क्रिकेट अफ सिटी भनेर चिनिन्छ हैन र यहाँ धेरै लेजेन्डहरु छन् हाम्रो यो भैरवा सिटीमा रूपन्देही सिटीमा त्यसमा चाहिँ त्यो पनि हो प्लस लाइक यहाँको सपोर्टहरु पनि धेरै छ र थ्यांक यू सो मच भन्न चाहन्छु र फाइनलमा पनि यही उपस्थितिहरु आउनुहुन्छ भन्ने मलाई आशा छ.
Go on, guys, give him a cheer. That's the captain, the winning captain, and the fans getting involved. They loved it. They've been fantastic so far, the CAR 11. We'll decide now the player of the match, and I'd like to call upon my presenter for that player of the match. He's the managing director of Balaji Cement, Mr. Raunak Agarwal. If you come in and join me. Nayam Barsako, Subabu Kavana, a very happy new year to you, and you'll take your trophy. Still working on my Nepali here. There's a few contenders for player of the match. Rohit Paudel, the tournament's leading run scorer. He's got 187 runs and he made 36 today. He's in third place. In second place, a fantastic spell of leg spin bowling. 1 for 17, including that big wicket of Rohit Paudel for Bikram Bhushal. But the player of the match was really only one choice. 2 for 17 with his left arm spin and 45 runs off 35 deliveries. 4 fours, 2 sixes. It's Bashir Ahmed. So Bashir is going to come up and receive his prize. And he'll pose for the ceremonial photos. Raunak, thank you so much. Bashir, stay with me. You can have a translator if you want. Come on in, get a bit closer to me, guys. Bashir, how happy are you? Okay, so you're very happy. Tell me about how you played your batting. How did you approach that innings?
Confident.
You're very confident, you are indeed. And you bowled beautifully. One final question. How excited are you for the final? Can you win the final?
Inshallah,
I think that's a yes. That's the player of the match, Bashir Ahmed. He's a man of few words. He lets his bat and his ball do the talking. That's going to wrap it up for the post-match presentation. Back up to you there, Johnny.
Thank you, Andrew. And yeah, congratulations once again to Bashir Ahmed. What a brilliant all-round game. Of course, he's done very well during the course of this campaign. He's been absolutely fantastic. But that just about wraps up things as far as that match is concerned. And congratulations to the CAR 11 who'll go into the final on Saturday. Well, we now look ahead to tomorrow's game. First up, the third place match is UP11 versus the Nepal Army. That'll get underway at 10 o'clock. We'll be on air at 9:45. And then in the afternoon, we have Push Sports Delhi versus the Armed Police Force. That's the fifth place match tomorrow afternoon. Just 3 matches left. Anyway, it just remains for me to wish everybody a very happy New Year here in Nepal. We'll leave you the highlights, and we'll see you tomorrow morning at 9:45.